Out of you too.
Oh shit.
We're going live.
I can't believe I said your full address like that.
Oh, we're live.
That's crazy. We're
Wait,
going live.
it is
my
Brad.
address?
What?
Oh, that's right. You live here.
46 Wallaby Way,
I thought you moved to
Sydney.
Montreal.
Australia.
That's what I thought, dude.
I was looking for Fifi, man.
Dude.
LaRue?
Fifi, man.
I'll find her next time.
You'll find her.
Eventually.
We're live. We're freaking live. Hello, everyone. It's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another episode of Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Crazy 8's. This is episode 117. There is light behind the darkness. We have a full crew. What is it?
The light within the dark.
Light with, and I like what I said better, and I named it.
What did
too.
you say?
The light behind
I gave
the
you
darkness.
like the idea, but you finished it off.
Yeah, I finished it. I want to say, let's freaking go, man. 117. I want to thank, first of all of you guys for being here. You guys are incredible. Whether you're watching live on Wednesday night, Wednesday afternoon, Thursday morning, wherever you are in this big, beautiful world, I greatly, greatly appreciate you. And thank you for making us a part of your life. And we got a full crew here. First time in arc number 10 that we are full. We got Cal, hot off the press, back from Montreal.
Oh, yeah.
We got Nick T, always cooking up in the audio studio.
Wow, thanks. Yeah, I
We
like that.
we got Dredger. If he's not streaming, he's at the gym. Dredge, what's going on, man?
That's just not true.
And we got Pete, the man who's working hard, but has he reached an early retirement? We're gonna find out in a little bit.
What is
Pete, how you
this?
doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. How are you?
Doing well.
Happy to be back.
Pete, the wasp handler, if I may.
The
I mean,
beekeeper.
what a story. Listen, I am so excited
Sweet
to
like
have
honey, baby.
all four of these guys back. We got a full team tonight to break down everything from what we thought was the Udius Fukumura episode, but no. Kwai Duel totally jumping in, totally stealing the entire duel, which is crazy. So we're going to talk about that, our thoughts on Kwai Duel, our thoughts on the dynamic between Kwai Duel and Udius. You know, we're going to get fully into that, and it's going to be a great time. Do want to thank everybody who watched last week. Some of you guys might be wondering, why were we not live last Wednesday night? Why did we not do an episode? Well, we did do an episode on Saturday at about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
1:30 EST. 1:30 EST.
1:30, thank
Yeah,
you.
1:20.
Dredger and Dak for the win, joining me. They both did a wonderful job. We, of course, did it remotely, but we did break down everything from 116. So if you're interested in that, you can certainly find that on the channel. The reason we did it Saturday is the episode came out a little late on Wednesday. Usually if the episode subbed is not out by Wednesday around 5 p.m., then we're just going to push it back. But we're also like in an interesting position where it's like the last 30-ish episodes, we would imagine. And I do want to do an episode, like a podcast episode, for every episode. So there's probably going to be a lot of like weird time slots for this podcast moving forward, especially with the announcement on the EntameSubs Tumblr page. Episode 119, 122, 123, and 124 will all be majorly delayed. I'm not exactly sure in terms of a time frame what that looks like, whether that's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday release, or whether it's going to be weeks before those episodes come out. So obviously we will play it by day. At that point, if like 119 comes out on Thursday night or Friday afternoon, we'll try to bring in episode Saturday afternoon. So the only time that won't happen is if the subs come out after the next episode comes out in Japan, because there are a lot of people that watch live, and I feel like it doesn't make as much sense for us to do that.
Sure.
We did used to do that.
We did used to do that, yes.
It's tough, though.
Mm-hmm. So if there's an episode that comes out like a week later, then we will probably just do a 2-for-1 whenever the next episodes get subbed. So just wanted to give you an update on all that going forward. Obviously, the EntameSubs team do it totally for free. So if delays happen. It is what it is. And, that's totally fine. And we will be, fluid with our response and our adaptability, of course, to bring you as many episodes as possible. But, of course, before we get to that, we got to get to 117. Huge thank you last week, whoever donated and super chatted. Thank you to Sean Gilbride, Electric Kevin, Delayed on MTA, Dylan Peddle, Ice Aiden, Dark Emperor J, Crystal Colden, Mark Lou, Rita, and a special thank you to JR, who donated a very, very large amount. JR, Glenn, you rock. I appreciate you. And there were so many incredibly generous donations on the After Dark podcast 2 Wednesdays ago. You guys absolutely blew me away. I gave all of you guys a thank you on 116, which was last Saturday. So truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all the support you've shown me and you've shown this channel recently. Cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. So with all that out of the way with 117, would any of you gentlemen like to begin?
You sound like you need a break, honestly.
Yeah, he does need a break.
Your voice sounds a little tired.
Okay, I
popped
So,
off.
so I think Dredge should start.
You like that?
You know what?
I actually, that's probably the worst idea you've ever had in your entire life.
Ever?
You know
No, I'm
what?
just kidding.
Do you want to start?
No.
I can start if you
Yeah,
want.
Cal should start.
I'm not ready.
Yeah.
I can start.
Ready? It's the
Well, you know
siesta.
what? Let me start.
Actually, no.
Oh, you want to start?
Hey, I got you.
Take another sip.
We know who's going to start this. The man at the end. Mr. P. Vaccaro.
Well, there's 2 men at the end. I want to say something real quick
No.
that doesn't have to do with the episode,
Oh, this
just to
can't
get
be
us
good.
started. I want to applaud
Nice.
the pacing of this arc already.
Oh yeah,
And that might
That's
be kind of a weird, unusual take because we're only 2 episodes in. But I love how episode 1 of this arc fully focused on the dynamic on Team Yuumu. What's going on there? Yugioh, Yuumu, the Darkmen that are on that ship. Loved that. Episode 2, we focus fully on the dynamic with Team Udius. Quite duel, Fukumura, who, of course, he was a big outstanding question when last arc came to an end. And now both groups are headed to Earth based on the summaries. We know at least that Yuumu's team is going to be arriving on Earth in the very next episode.
Yep.
We're not diddly-dallying. We're not wasting time. I can name a few arcs in this show where
a lot.
you know what like a pretty big goal is, and it takes 5, 6, 7, 8 episodes to get to it. 3 episodes, or 2 episodes really, is all it took to see the next progression step. I like that they're not dragging their feet.
Yeah.
I like that we're moving forward quickly, and we fully focus on one team, fully focus on the next team, and now we're getting to Matsuba Town right away. So I applaud them. I already love the pacing of the arc overall, and now I'll pass it along.
Awesome. All right, Pete.
Okay. Oh, do you want?
Yeah, I'll shoot it to Pete. And
Yeah,
116
okay.
as
We'll come back
well.
up.
116.
I guess I'm getting called up
Yeah,
to the majors.
116 very
That's what I
briefly.
was gonna say.
Yeah, 116 was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it a lot. Seeing, I mean, anytime I watched the podcast too afterwards, like anytime seeing Yugioh, as Dredge was talking about, is like it's just a treat. He's the most interesting character in the show. Let's just be real. I do think it is by a little bit. I will agree
Yeah.
with you on that.
Yeah.
Like I just think he's so captivating that I hang on almost every sentence that he says, even when he's making fun of him and is frustrated with him being like, you say one word and then you don't say anything. And that's what pisses me off. I really enjoyed that. And of course we all picked wrong. Probably in hindsight, it should have been a lot more obvious to pick Yugioh. Hey,
the goat,
that was our
yeah.
bad. But going into these beginning of
bad.
the arcs, it's really hard to figure out like what we're doing, what's going on, and he is such a threat for Yuumu and the Darkmen at large. Yugioh is so yeah, really enjoyed that. Was also surprised that Yuumu, like, her interaction at the end was weird of like calling him an idiot, but then he's like, he's the only one that can do what they need to be done. I was like, okay, but what do you mean by that?
Yeah, what's the
Like,
plan
What
there?
actually
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that? Like, are you hoping Yuhi in the end? pulls
Thank
you back
you
from
for
doing
the
this? Like, is that what you
dono.
mean? I don't know. And you're calling him an idiot because only he would try to go this far.
Right.
I don't know. One here in 117. It was a solid episode.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to repeat myself again, but once again, I feel like the second most interesting character in the show in Kwai Duel
Yeah.
is, right?
Yeah.
So to get back-to-back characters like this in the opening part of this arc is awesome. I like that we're not wasting time. We're just getting
100%.
into it. I do feel a little bad for Udius, and I wonder how often this is going to keep happening because it's like, I do kind of want to see Udius duel. And it feels like every time he steps up, Kwai Duel's like, hold up, bro. Like, I got this.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I love you, man, but like, I want to see the main character also like participate in this.
Yeah.
So maybe he taught them, we can get more into it. It looks like a lesson here for the two of them in Fukumura and Udius. Maybe he'll stop doing that for the moment. But his theme, the duel itself, I thought actually was pretty entertaining. I don't really like any of the Darkmen, and now with Fukumura, I guess, joining us, I'm a lot more interested in his character. So
For
I'd say
sure.
generally speaking, that worked out.
Yeah. No, I'll just bounce off that. Generally, I liked the episode. I probably liked it very similarly to actually 116, which I was surprised to feel that way because I feel like going into it, you told me you have Yugioh, Yuhi, and then UDS Fukumura. It's like, all right. I mean, I'm much more looking forward to Yugioh, Yuhi, but Yugioh, Yuhi, I think disappointed me a little bit, but was still good overall for an arc kickoff episode. And then this episode was above my expectations, and so it kind of meets on equal playing field for me. Yeah, Duel is a character that I still do not feel comfortable with. I do not trust him. You don't
think he's one of the boys now?
No, I do not think he's one of the boys. I think people, including like Epoch and Manabu, have been very quick in forgiving and forgetting, and I just feel like there is some sort of ulterior motive with him.
What did he really do wrong?
I mean, he manipulated every single person.
But in the end,
in the end, because Yudi stopped him.
He didn't cause all of them to die. That wasn't his fault.
I
He
know,
was trying to
but
stop it.
there's just some sort of manipulative aspect with Duel, and I just feel like there's an ulterior motive with him. I do not believe that he is pure of heart all of a sudden and fully on UDS's side, and I really don't like the hostile takeover. I think in this episode it gets masked a little bit because he was delivering a message to UDS and Fukumura.
You could finally see UDS in the little television.
Yeah,
screen.
that
We
was
could
cool.
See his
That
perspective.
was so weird.
Which was nice.
It was weird, and I don't know why Fukumura was pulled into
Yeah,
it.
We'll talk about
But
that.
Duel continues to, in those moments, show why he is such a powerful character. Udius doesn't have any sort of ability to withstand him.
Thank you
And
for
that's
the
that's the
dono.
creepy part, right? Because Duel, as soon as he wants it, he takes over Udius, and as far as we know, Udius is not able to resist him at all. No. So there's an element of that makes me very uneasy because I don't believe that Yuumu is going to be the final villain of the show. Could Duel, in a twist, end up still being like the final villain? I could see it, right? Like he behind the scenes for most of the show until he showed up, manipulated everything. Now, how funny would it be if he's manipulating everything and we see him and we just don't realize it? So I don't know. There's something, but I love that. Like there's that uneasy factor. Mm-hmm. So all in all, generally speaking, without taking too much time here before we get into the nitty gritty of it, I really liked it, and I like how they are using their heavy hitters. Yeah. We have like 35 episodes left. This is the time. We don't want to see no Battle Beast character.
I don't want to see a Sheeta Glot.
Right, we don't want to see a Sheeta Glot. And I mentioned Battle Beast because guess what? Episode 118 of Arc 5, which was next week.
I know, it's a lot
That's
of
when Battle Beast showed up. And I do have scars from it. So instead, what is Go Rush doing? Duel, Yugioh, use your heavy hitters. Mm-hmm. That's what they're doing. We're headed back to Matsuba Town. Let's go. I really like where the show's going.
I want some destruction.
Sure.
I'm waiting for it.
Sure. Nick T.
Yeah.
You were also not here last week, so I'd love
sure.
to know your thoughts kind of on the start of this arc and how you felt about 117.
So for the start of the arc, like I really enjoyed 116. I will say I think the duel it didn't match like the absolute energy I would have hoped like a
Yugioh,
exactly.
Of course. I agree with that.
But I think it captured like a lot of elements and like a lot of points that like a lot of interactions that I did want to see. You know, Yuhi kind of. I feel like this was mounting, like Yuhi's like annoyance with Yugioh and his,
Mm-hmm.
sort of being such a mysterious character, saying these one-liners, and seeing that boil over and Yuhi just like explode, like was really interesting, and still Yugioh like stone faced, like just did not care. He's like, all right, like yeah, we'll duel then.
Mm-hmm.
I very much enjoyed that, and what I found the most interesting about that episode was, of course, the end. Like that's what I'm sure most people found interesting with Yuumu's sort of little small little 2-line delivery there.
Very weird.
And like you can speculate on it all day until we finally find out what it is. But I get the sense that Yuhi's going to be some kind of scapegoat. Like I feel like the timing of the line was almost like it was right after he lost, right after the dark matter bottle filled, and then she's like, "I'm sorry, Yuhi." Like, you know,
Maybe that's why she calls him an idiot. Like, I'm gonna put this whole thing on you, bro.
she's like, "Yeah, maybe,
Maybe.
whether it's like putting it on him or like sort of using his like
Naivety.
to like kind of, I don't know, to her advantage in some way."
And that'd be very Otis-like, right? Manipulative. and,
Exactly.
you know, that's what she's thinking with the mindset of Otis.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, that's where she's gone as a character.
You're
Yeah,
right.
It
You
definitely gives me like a lot of manipulation.
Yes.
To get her to reach her goal, whether she regrets that or not. You know, it was right now she seems regretful of that, but she has to reach her goal. So I liked that bit quite a bit. 117 I thought was great. I really liked that episode. I was surprised how much I actually would have cared about a duel between
Yeah.
who I thought was Yugioh and Fukumara, but ended up being Kwai duel. I actually kind of like. I totally get Pete's point about like I just want to see Yugioh duel. And I agree. I do. Like, it's time. We need to see him duel again. But in this specific instance, I like how Yugioh is still like included in some capacity,
Yeah.
even though it's not in the dueling component. Like, he's very much involved in the duel, sort of in the battle of wits in a way. Like, you know, because there's obviously what's happening in the duel, and then there's what's happening like mentally during the duel.
In that little box.
So like in this case, we see
What's
that
in the
we see that
box?
physically
Yeah.
in you know, in I guess that's Yugioh's body. I don't know where that is, but I thought it was a really tender moment, and it really humanized Fukumara for me.
Yeah.
So like now, like you guys said, like I care about this character a bit more. So I thought that was really cool. And as far as Kwai duel, like maybe
Thank
he could
you
still be evil. I actually,
for
if that
the
were the case, I could see
dono.
him sort of doing this to sort of push Yugioh to like a to the best of his ability, almost to create like an equal, a challenger.
Well, I thought maybe his goal could have to do with reviving the Valkyrians again.
Oh, also a good point.
And that's what he's trying to push, clearly,
Yeah.
Yugioh to do.
Yeah, that last bit was
Thank
particularly
you
interesting
for
with
the
him being on the
dono.
TV, and then both of them realizing the message that Kwai duel is giving.
Yes, yeah.
Them. Yeah, I'm very, as you've said, I'm very interested with the pacing. I really like where this arc is going already.
Yeah, you know what I just absolutely love, and I got to give the show so much credit. I love
Give 'em
the
credit.
fact that there are so many different like gray area characters right now.
My favorite.
And there's so many different
I love gray
factions.
characters.
You have Yudious's team, you have the Matsuba Town citizens, and you have Uemu's team. Now, you imagine Yudio's team and the Matsuba Town citizens are going to be allies, but, like, is Gohei Yuna going to fight for Uemu because it's what's best for Yuga? Is Yugioh actually serious in his convictions of serving the Dark Meister to her end
kinda
goal?
cool.
Is Kwai duel serious in trying to help Yugioh, or does he have an ulterior motive? How does Yuhi fit into Uemu's schemes? Is Yuhi going to be able to get through to Uemu? I mean, there are so many ways that this can play out that it is like it's a viewer's like dream. It really is, because it's so hard to predict, and for me, it's so captivating. It reminds me of like 5D's Dredge, when you had the Dark Signers, you had Arcadia, you had
There's a lot of moving
obviously
parts.
the Signers,
A
but
lot of
like,
moving
you know, Godwin as well. Like, where was
Yeah.
he in all of it? It reminds me a little bit of that, with just how many. Now, of course, the execution of that arc was incredible. We'll see how the execution is here, but you know, I think they're set up in a really, really good spot right
They're
now.
in a great spot with what they have going right now. They've just, as you said, Pete, Nick T, everyone's discussed. Like, there's just so many different things going on. It's like we don't know how it's gonna end. We all are, you know, theorizing, we're predicting, you know, based on Yugioh's good. No, Yugioh's got ulterior motives. Kwai duel's good. Kwai duel's got ulterior motives. We want Yugioh's. It's the fact that we're so invested in this right now is great. Right?
Yeah.
It's great for the show. It's great for, you know, obviously this arc. You know, and mind you, usually we're not having this conversation 2 episodes into an arc. It's
No.
extremely
well, that's
rare.
the other thing.
Extremely rare.
But
you
isn't
know?
this the beauty of not fully ending your stories after 13
What-
episodes?
I said it on
Been
Saturday.
I mean,
stories for
oh
so
my
long.
God. This is the power of continuing
'Cause
stories
you don't need to
beyond.
start from zero.
Right.
You're
right.
already cooking. Just keep
100%.
cooking, right? Like that's all
Yeah.
you have to do is keep
Yep.
cooking. You know. So yeah, great stuff. As Cal kind of brought up the question of how is Kwai duel just taking over Yugioh whenever Kwai duel wants? Very interesting. And then
Yeah.
Yugioh at this point doesn't even question it. Yugioh comes back after the duel. All right, yeah, I'm back. Cool, whatever. Like, no question.
Well, that and
A little
also
concerning.
the fact that they're in this box watching the TV,
I have
which
to
maybe
think
that's
that's-
more of just like a visual representation of like their minds
I
talking or
think
something
that's
like
what
that.
It's gotta be.
But the
yeah.
fact that he's just talking to Fukumura in that
Yeah.
box and like
it's almost like Fukumara's mind went there too.
yeah, but it's just like he doesn't even question the fact that he's there. He's like, oh yeah, like what's up, man?
So,
like
so that there's some things about Yugioh that I've said I'm not a fan of, and his almost maybe you give it to his experience, his calmness in all these situations, or his ability to forgive, whatever you want to call it. That's just kind of that's his character. That's always been his style. He doesn't tend to get overwhelmed very easily. And when he does, it's usually very short lived, and he turns it right back on. He's ready to go. Which is a good thing in a sense. But at times like this, you get concerns like why he doesn't care. He doesn't seem But I think it's just that's just the character he is. He's been through war. With Yugioh and things like that.
Yeah.
So we're not taking that into account. That's why it's like he should be reacting when it's like he
No, it was
knows
very
that
in
this is all
character.
meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very in character.
Exactly,
yeah.
that's my point. And whether you like that fact about him or not is to be seen. That's your subjective opinion. But that is the truth. He's extremely calm in all these situations, which helps him for the most part. Duel was good. I like seeing a different dark matter. It was a different dark. The second one, right? Not
Yeah.
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
named Enigmata.
That second one
but
was
at
cool.
It
Yeah,
looked
it was
cool.
sick.
Enigmata
And
Omega.
it wasn't
Yes.
the same damn.
Yeah.
So I was happy that we at least did something. Obviously, since the Dark Man separated Fukumura from the rest, I was hoping we'd get that. So we got something new, which was nice.
Oh,
the,
no.
the duel was all right. What?
Was Omega?
Omega was,
Zuijo.
Omega's
Zuijo.
Zuijo, the
I'm sorry,
contact.
yeah,
That's a
yeah.
I forget
contact,
what the
yeah.
other
The
one
Omega
was.
contact,
Yeah.
Dark Wire. I forget, but yeah. But yeah, it was nice to see that at least. And yeah, we got a big episode coming up next. It doesn't sound big because of Sabuyas, but then you hear Asaka, and we're back in. They're clearly in Matsuba Town. What's the face off
So
between
excited to
Dark
see all of
Meister and
them again.
Asaka?
Ron.
Yeah, we kind of. Here's the thing. Even Ron, you miss those characters. Like we haven't
do ya?
seen them. We've seen we've seen the same 7-8 characters now for a while. It'll be nice to see some of our other characters. We love Goa Yuna. You got your Ron.
I can't wait to
Asaka.
see Yuna again.
No, I know, and to see how she responds to the situation, as you mentioned earlier. Is she going to be with Yuga against Yuumu, with you, whoever it is? So yeah, definitely excited for where the show's going. And 116 was again for a second episode of Arc was well done and it was good for what it needed to be for sure.
Something I'm looking forward to a little bit in these reunions.
What's that?
I kind of want to see how, in this case, the Lug
And
also
Epoch.
Alfred kind of
Yeah.
react to Epoch. She's
Good
a
point,
very different person since they last saw her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's kind of, come out of her shell, come out of
Quite
out of her
literally.
cardboard
Yeah.
box.
Yeah.
And now I want to see. I hope she. It's a classic
Pete.
TV trope that sometimes when you go back to the familiar, it's just because the mic is at the end of the table. But
He's this one.
yeah,
Oh.
there's only so much room on this table. you know
Yeah.
what I mean? But it's a familiar TV thing sometimes where when you go back to a familiar environment, that's where the character could kind of regress a little bit and become more of what they used to be, of what the people remember. I hope they do not do that. And I
Yeah.
hope that she stays as this character, continues to grow, and they accept her. So I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's a good point. Definitely. I mean, that's
Definitely not muted.
No, he's definitely
I'm 100% unmuted.
Is Pete that low?
It definitely looks really low.
Did the mic die? Is it dead?
Yeah, the mic's not dead, but one sec, folks, because the channel isn't muted. It just straight up isn't.
Wait, Pete, talk.
People don't want to hear me, man.
Thank
wanna see
you for
I mean,
the
it looks-
dono. Well, this is so laggy. I can't even tell from this.
yeah, it does
like
it to me too. You notice that you're streaming and it's like
Yeah.
you're like I don't know.
it
if I'm
doesn't on
talking-
that one, but this one it does.
Can
Oh,
you
it doesn't
hear
now?
me
Yeah,
now?
Might have
They
been
just said it
loose.
sounds fine now.
It might have been loose. We're good now.
Well, there you
Okay, all right.
And continue.
Sorry about that, but
go. No, I was it. If they didn't
yeah.
hear it, they got to get better at lip reading. So,
True.
well, you know.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm very interested. Pete basically just said Epoch Alfred Lug will be a very interesting reunion. Yeah, I'm also I feel like there is a little bit of a mental warfare going on as well between Asaka and Yuumu. I mean, I cannot tell you how much Asaka's character stock rose for me
kind of outsmarted.
during the whole Duty Nishaw thing, and I actually can't even remember who she was dueling. I'm totally blanking on it. But when Duty Nishaw was basically dying, that duel was really, really good for her. She shined in
so
that.
sad
She
he's
shined
gone.
in that duel in that episode, and that's why I guess I can only remember her. But you know, her character, I always felt
That was Gallant.
like
Tazaki.
that's why I couldn't remember. I no, thank you.
I mean,
Thank you. No, that's why.
That's unnecessary.
Because I was like, it's not
Hey, that's 2
Yuki.
feet. That's 2 feet.
Yeah, that's imbalanced.
You don't remember when he
hey,
was crying as
I'll let that go.
the 7, 8 million people were all fading away in front of his eyes?
I remember
when,
Tasaka.
I think it was Yugioh, right? When just
of
absolutely
garbage.
bodied him. He was like trying
Yeah.
to stop him, and he absolutely bodied him.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
great.
Asana was someone that I always viewed as better than Asaka, and I still do.
Yeah.
But like Asaka and the cunningness that she showed as well in the last arc, even when she wasn't in it, to outsmart Yuumu was really, really impressive. And I can't wait to see the fight now between her and Yuumu, what moves the two of them are going to make in order to like maybe trick one another, in order to like get the upper hand. I mean, we are Matsuba Town for the second time in this show is bracing for an invasion. The Ryugu brothers did it to kick off season 2, and now it's one of their own. The Odos are coming to invade.
Who was the main rebel leader too in the last invasion is now switched.
Yeah.
I also think it's like for those of you who have watched the preview, I think it's interesting and maybe playing on the fact that many people on Earth don't know, maybe don't know the reveal that Yuumu is the Dark Meister.
Right.
Because she in the preview appears to be taking on the Dark Meister form once again,
Which I love
So
that.
it does sort of it gives more credence to this invasion where it's someone you don't know, this dark mysterious force. So we'll see how they handle that first, and then maybe you get the reveal that it is Yuumu on Earth.
I'm all for that too. I love whatever the voice that they do when she's in that mask. I think
so
it's just
good.
great.
It
So
is.
I want to see more of that.
And there's that intimidation factor too,
Yeah,
because
like
it's
you're
a towering,
this is-
masked figure.
She looks like she's 35. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, she's gonna mess me up.
No, it is like the girl version, the woman version of Otis in a way. It's that masked,
what she wants.
mysterious figure. That's what she's going for. Absolutely.
I know.
Cal, my man, I would love to know your thoughts on episode 116 and 117.
No, but he's gonna say that anyway.
116 I thought was good. As you were saying in the beginning of an arc, these are episodes you just don't expect. We've come to not expect
Correct.
something these types of characters and these types of duels so early on. I really enjoyed that. I get this weird, like, neglectful big brother to little brother relationship with Yugioh and Yuhi. Because, like, Yuhi's so annoyed with him because he almost wants to know what he's saying, but he doesn't understand him because Yugioh says one word and then shuts up.
Right.
And I also feel like Yugioh's, like, trying to teach him a lesson but won't tell him the lesson. He's making him figure it out.
Yeah.
And they don't really show any sort of, like, friendliness to each other, but you can see the respect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I feel like it's just this weird thing where he's like, you know, if you look up to your big brother, and I guess I'm the only one here that can do that. But like, you look up to your big brother, and they're like, they don't want to just give you the answer. They're trying to have you figure it out for yourself because they had to do the same thing. Maybe as big brothers, you guys did that. I don't know. But that was like the relationship between the two of them that I got. Yeah, your brother's much more mature than you.
Yeah. True.
I don't mean that to be that insulting, but it came out a lot
He-
worse.
he's-
That was
I'm
mean.
telling you, he is smarter than me. He's a very smart guy, but he
Smartest
is
guy I've ever met.
very similar to me humor-wise.
I would say he's
Oh,
That's true.
Humor-wise, you guys
I
are
would
the
say
same.
he's better looking too on the sole fact he actually cares about his body. He goes to the gym.
He's pretty shredded now.
Yeah, no, he's a very in-fit man, and I'm just kind of like one of those inflatable stick figures at the car
No, I
dealership.
agree with
No, you can say it.
No,
You can say it.
I don't want.
I want you to
I don't
say
wanna
you
say
say
it.
you
I
look
don't wanna-
you
I
look
don't wanna
like
say
a
that.
My brother
withering.
calls
I
me
don't
that,
wanna
so
say
I
that.
understand.
I don't want to say it.
You would sell a lot of used cars.
Thank you. At least one of my friends has the guts to tell me the
Hey,
truth.
I'll be
coward.
Hey, I'll be the other inflatable tube man right next to you,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
Well, you go to the gym. You won't.
I've told you need to change your diet and your exercise. If you don't listen, then I can do it.
So now I never said that I wish I looked like him.
I never
Because-
said you did.
Because I understand.
I'm saying from a pure-
I know the tools are there, right?
Are they?
I just am not willing to pick up the tools. It's kind of like, hey, there's a leaky pipe over there. Here's a wrench. You can fix it. And I'm going to say, nah, I don't really feel like it. And I'm going to go back to putting my feet up, putting the TV on, and watching
What
some
happens when you
sounds
run out
about
and like
right.
the water pressure goes down? you have to
watching
go
the big
shower.
game.
Well, then I'll go down and fix it because
there you go.
yeah.
Okay, what are you gonna do when it's just you and Vree?
Well, Vree will fix it.
Free's dad is a very, very smart man when it comes to a lot of
So he's
the-
gonna
He's gonna
fly
FaceTime
over.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna Vree's going to FaceTime him, and she's going to do it.
We'll fly him out. I think it would be.
That's who I trust more in this. That's who I trust more in this situation.
You're doing this to yourself. I hope you know that. You're doing this to yourself.
Lucky that you're a funny man. You really are. You're very lucky.
Hey, humor's a good
Hey,
thing.
you're
to have.
funny.
It's all I got. It's all I got. You know what I mean?
Guys, Kramer.
I love you back.
I love you back. All right.
I didn't get to 117.
Oh
yet,
yeah,
but,
please.
We always interrupt.
Dude, without fail, it's fine.
Every time, dude.
Thank you. It's Lululemon.
Wow,
Yeah.
let's spend it.
What's good? What's good?
Hashtag Cal looking good.
It was a gift. 116 I did like a lot, and like I said, it exceeded the expectations of an early episode for me, so I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
117, really liked that episode.
Oh,
even
wow,
more than
okay.
116, I think.
Yeah. Love that.
The way you said that sounded so
No,
sarcastic.
it wasn't. I actually. Yeah, no.
You were like, yeah.
I was 50-50
Yeah.
on it, but like I think he's
The
just
tone of voice.
He's trying to get a rise. Just ignore him.
No, I'm
Just
not
No.
trying to get a rise.
I didn't get
That
that
was
at all.
genuine. Yeah, I swear that was genuine.
The way
I'm
you-
happy he really liked it.
Yeah.
That
That was
you
a
were like,
real laugh.
oh, really? Yeah. I was like,
we all sing.
We all said.
No, that was good.
yeah, and I took that personally. I really liked the episode. I personally love the Kwai-Duel takeover. I think Kwai-Duel is if not the second most captivating person that they put on the screen. I think it's him and Yugioh, and I
Yep.
think most people would agree with that. Yes, we would love to see Yugioh's duel, but we have seen Yugioh's duel plenty of times. We have not seen Kwai-Duel as much, and even Yugioh we don't see duel as much as Yugioh does. However, Yugioh will get his duels. Like, he'll get his eventually. But I don't know. It really made me think that, like, Fukumura wants to help. And I didn't get that sense of, like, Kwai-Duel kind of turning on them.
Yep, I didn't either.
Until the end of the duel. When he's talking about the voice within his heart, right? And do you know who the voice within his heart probably is? That they
Kwai-Duel.
symbolize?
Oh no.
Who Kwai-Duel's voice in his heart is. They show the galaxy. And who could have made such a galaxy?
Just
I don't know.
Like,
The creator.
Of course.
Right?
We have.
Is
everybody-
that not?
No, you're 100% right, and I like that you brought it up.
That was my first thought. by the
Everybody
way.
has
My first thought.
conveniently forgotten that the creator is still probably existent,
Probably
dormant
Could
within
still be a
Kwai-Duel.
factor, man.
And like that is a huge thing. So no, I'm happy you brought that up because I totally agree with you.
Well,
we
I
can't forget about the creator.
I was gonna say you would really love how I feel about him because that's
Yeah.
where I was going with it. But I mean, episode itself, bar my theory on the creator coming to life here. Even Damamu says, "What was he trying to do at the end of the duel there?" Right? Like, you could see that Kwai-Duel was still up to something else, which also leads into the maybe he's not all here for good reason type of thing.
I was also a little concerned that like nobody was like, Damamu, like, you good, dog? Like,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, she looked a little
clearly
tired,
they
a
were
little tired.
going through it.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
nobody
Little
was
tired.
helping them.
If Damamu was, I'm gonna be honest. If I was on that team and Damamu was part of it, I would not really have any concern about Damamu. I wouldn't.
Mom was like,
Is it just 'cause of the
is
power?
an
It'd
inanimate
be
object,
the
like,
power,
power.
and like them like multiplying and then dividing and then like disappearing and then reappearing. And like there, I just can't be bothered.
So you see, Dredge, you see Damamu as an inanimate like object?
Yeah,
already?
Damamu's not a like we made this clear. Damamu's the Earth Damar. What do you mean?
Yeah, but Damamu
It's a
still has-
sentient being.
Oh,
Still
you
is
know,
I'm not
feeling.
saying it's not a sentient
You know
being.
who's also not a person? All the Valgyrians. It's so weird.
This is crazy.
So just
weird.
because you're sentient doesn't make you human or
So
a
do
person.
you don't consider Yugioh a person?
Udis is an alien.
So you don't consider him like a person?
Define person.
I would say somebody that is sentient that has like.
Okay, so if you're defining it as someone who's sentient, then yes, they are
They're
a
sentient
person.
beings.
Yeah.
But if the argument about for Damamu's still Earth Damar, that's what Damamu is.
Correct.
Yeah, and Earth Damar is sentient.
Do you consider
Yes.
Meeg-chan a person?
No.
I don't either. No, I'm just saying. I'm trying to understand where you're coming from.
I think it's as clear as day, and you're just lost.
I don't consider Udius and them like people.
So you
Because
don't care what
they're
happens. to them.
creations.
No, that's
What?
not
Are,
what I said.
what? Wait. What
That-
were the Valkyries created from?
Well, are we not creations?
Okay, but like,
Oh yeah, you want to go there, Mister? Wait, you're not atheist. What's the thing he's called? You're not atheist. To the other one, what is it?
I don't know.
You don't even know what you are.
I'm not very religious.
Feels bad. And you bring up a religious topic.
Agnostic.
No, I'm not bringing up
Agnostic.
religious
Thank
topic.
you.
I'm just asking your opinion on how we work made.
No.
That's literally.
I do.
Dude, this
I
guy's-
do care about
this guy's
them. That doesn't
lost.
change the fact that they're not real. They're artificial
Well,
beings.
hold on. Oh, I think this.
They
even
are
though
artificial
this
beings,
has been
that's
a
what
running
she's
joke.
saying.
Yeah.
but,
No,
it,
I'm
was,
being
but it
real.
was addressed in 116. Yugioh, like as far as Yugioh is concerned, in their passing, they fulfilled being
Yeah.
full life forms.
Yes. So realistically, now that they're being brought back, they become not. They're not life
So
forms
they're
because
not real
they
life
haven't-
forms until they come back, is what you're saying.
I guess
they're
that,
not-
that's what's my
No,
words.
Yugioh's-
Zuijos.
They
Zuijio's
completed a life
definition-
cycle. That's why.
I guess that's what
definition was the
Zuijio's
ability
saying.
to die was what gave them life.
Yes.
Yeah.
They weren't able to die, so they
Again,
weren't real.
We're not arguing if they have like the argument is like sentient versus. There's so many. Like, the problem is Dylan is trying to stir the
At least
pot.
as far as
There's
we-
so many different things that it
No,
could
I
be. He is. What
No,
do you
he's just
mean?
poorly using English.
Okay, there you go. That works too. There you go.
True. I took it more as it wasn't
That's
giving
what
them
it's called.
life. It was more of a
Well, like, no,
finite
like a definition
end.
of-
They had
yeah.
a definition
That's
of.
what I mean. Like
This is what people experience that gives life meaning.
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like not gives them
yeah.
like life in
but
a
like,
real
even
like in
now,
by
I think
definition.
him coming back. I mean, he's still artificial as
Yeah.
far as we know, unless it changed his matter composition. He's an artificial being. That's
He
just
is.
true. Doesn't mean I don't care about them.
Yeah, no,
It's
don't-
just they're not real. They've literally been created to die over and over again.
So do you think they deserve less than the people of Matsumoto?
No, that's not what we're saying.
That's what we're talking
No,
about.
we're not.
I'll be
we're
honest
not
Now you're
bringing that
attacking.
up.
You're
I feel like I'm in a
attacking.
presidential debate right
Yeah,
now.
he's attacking right
Yeah,
now.
he's twisting everything.
No, I'm
saying.
trying
Yeah.
to-
trying to tell the American
No,
people
no.
what's
Yes,
That's not what he
I'm
said.
trying to understand where you're coming from, and
wasn't
now
it,
I
buddy?
get it, so I appreciate it. Now, my final question for you on this topic, and this is an honest one: do you agree with Yugioh and his ideologies of wanting to bring them back, or do you agree with
No,
Zuijio's
no, I
ideologies of wanting to
agree
keep
with
them?
Yugioh, for sure.
But what about all the Valkyrians that
I-
didn't want to die?
I'm in the middle. And I've said I'm in the middle. I've had this
It's going to be a great
conversation.
sale on T-shirts if you ask Pete.
That's a great tagline.
So-
I'm genuinely curious. I don't
No,
know where
I'm
I
with-
fall.
I think you can go. Nick,
I'm
let's
with.
go.
I do get what you're saying, but I'm with Yugioh in the sense that there were many Valkyrians that did not have that desire to. The being dying to be complete just like was not on the radar. Like many of the those 8.8 billion did not care about that.
Right, like Dinwa and Muda seem to have
They did not want
accepted
to-
it.
Yeah.
Well, they seem by the end they accepted it, and so did Zuijioh. But I think a majority of Valkyrians probably did not want to die.
ever get any character development from any of those people?
We got Panic
We got Panic
right before it
The-
happened.
dude.
It wasn't as zen.
I just want to make this very clear. Just
it's a
very
great,
real
it's a
quick.
great debate.
We could do a 2-hour long special
Yeah.
every week for the rest of our lives about this topic.
Yeah.
I swear.
No, you're
Because it
right.
would never end. Because the truth of the matter is basically what you're saying is your question, what you just stated, and just want to repeat. You said, is anyone ready to die? That's what you just stated. Because you said they were. Well, how do you know they were ready? Or is anyone ever ready to die?
I think
right?
some
Arguably,
people are.
But there's circumstances for that.
Sure.
Right? So the argument
Yeah.
you're having is you have Zuijioh saying, we to complete our life forms. And I heard Cal, it just doesn't bother me.
an insensitive time.
What did he
What else have you
No, I answered your question. He said yes, so I said yeah.
Yeah, well, Dylan knows all about insensitive
Yeah.
times.
Hey, Cal, I heard about your grandma. Tits, man.
tits,
I'm
man.
so
I'm
sorry
so
about
sorry
that.
about
you know?
That's still like
so bad.
Yeah, how am I the worst one here?
You're both bad.
All I
Okay,
said
so
was yeah.
Why are we bringing that up? Okay.
Because you have the audacity to say that he's in insensitive time. You invented that. But Dredge, go ahead.
So basically, like, again, both sides have their points, right? Like, this is one of those times where, like, you could argue there isn't a right answer. Both sides, want something for they think is the best, and arguably they both make good points. So at the end of the day, we just want, what's best for the overall, like, all of our what's the best option for all the characters, and that's why we watch this show. That's why we theorize. That's why we enjoy doing this so much, because we don't know what they're gonna do, but we're excited to find out how they do it and what they do with that.
And tied in with all that too is like the also ideology between like is Yuumu in the wrong or is she in the right?
Well, yeah, and that's
like
the point I was
what's
gonna
so
make exactly,
fascinating,
is that
right?
I more side with that they should stay gone. They should stay dead. One, because I think more often than not, I disagree. I think more often than not, most of the Valkyrians would see the way that Zuijioh and Muda and them Dinwa saw it. Of like, we have a finality to life. I mean, they've been alive forever. So you need something there to give life meaning, and you can't just keep going on forever and keep fighting forever. But also, like, Yumu is fighting, as far as we understand at this point, fighting for her bloodline. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And we're talking about her real bloodline versus artificial beings that lived centuries. Like, they got their lease on life. Why is it wrong to end it now?
Also,
I don't understand what's wrong with that.
Also, what movie, TV show, piece of media have you ever seen where bringing someone back to life is a good decision?
Pet Sematary. Saw how that went.
Dragon Ball Z.
There you go.
Yeah.
How about JJK?
Yes, I'm sorry.
JJK brought back
But
Sukuna.
technically them coming back created Boo.
You're not. I don't know. You're pounding that.
you're
That,
right, you're
that
not
helps
wrong,
my
you're
point.
not
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's why I did it.
No, I
It's the
mean,
only one that came to
it's
mind
a good
that-
point.
And
but
a lot.
Okay,
but
so-
no,
so
but
yeah,
more, more,
that's fair.
More
I'll
often
give you
than not,
that. I'll
most
give you
media,
that,
it's
yeah.
like
Dragon Ball's
see
the
what
only
happens. Pet Cemetery is a big one, and a lot of other ones. It's like, oh, this is real messed up now. Like, it was not supposed to happen like
But, like,
this.
I understand
So
it,
I see your point.
and I don't mean
I
this.
know what
in,
you mean there,
I don't
yeah.
mean this in any dark way, because obviously I wouldn't wish this. But
Yeah.
like, if it was your family in this
Yeah.
case, right? Are you not going to pick them over basically robots?
I probably would.
Right. So
Yeah.
like, that's the position.
But they're
that
not.
we're in.
They're also not robots though. They have like sentient
No,
feelings.
Yeah, but
because
I-
you're thinking of robots in the traditional
I'm
sense.
thinking
Think
of,
like
like-
an iRobot, right? Where they
Ah.
had
Yeah.
feelings.
Well,
They're
like,
still robots.
no,
Sonny.
If
had
C-3PO
emotions.
walks
Hold
up
on.
to me, at the,
No,
yeah.
think of it exactly
kick
like this.
C-3PO in the
Brains.
nuts,
Think
bro.
of
Oh,
the Ignis.
yeah.
Right. There you go.
Same
right there.
principle,
Would
Dill.
you not? You're gonna
Wait.
sacrifice your family to
The
save
Ignis
computer
are again
programmers?
not.
Well,
they're not
well,
humans.
yeah,
I'm
artificial
choosing my
intelligence-
family over other people.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
point.
what I'm
Like,
saying.
it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
arguing them.
But
But
you're
you-
going to choose your family almost over anything,
That's my
Arguably
point. Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
right?
But the other argument though is, but
But Yumu's still picking her family on either side.
what she's setting out to do. We
Technically,
don't
it's
even.
We don't know the full story.
Yeah, we don't
I
even know if
don't
it's
know
gonna
yet.
work.
We don't know the full story, but
Yeah.
what it appears to be from what we know. And just kind of adding to that idea of like, well, if it is just for family, and that's why she's willing to become Otis and help Yuga. I mean, they said in this episode,
But she's also
that she's willing
damning
to
her
forget,
own brother.
She's willing to forget all of her own memories to save him. I mean, that's a huge sacrifice. Like, I think
It
in
is.
some ways that like you have to take that into account and admire that.
It is. I mean, to a degree. I mean, you can also look at it from the perspective of she's damning her own brother
She's
by
not.
doing
Nothing's
it.
gonna
I think
happen.
I'm the one that actually first brought up that point where you actually run the other side of it. I'm the one that said, I remember this actually because I remember talking about it, and I'm the one that said, "You look, you smile, you know."
No,
he's
I don't
smiling."
remember it. I don't
So we
remember it.
talked about this, and you were on the side of the other side. And I said, "Well, what about her family?" Everyone was against me, right? In the beginning, it was like, "Oh, why would she? You know, oh, but it's for Yuga, or it's Yuga, it's Yuga. No one
Yeah.
supports Yuga. It's you, but it's your. I said it's your twin brother.
Yeah.
right now I know Cal would do something different.
Heard that. No, I would choose my twin.
Twin power.
Sure.
Yeah. Like I just said, I would choose family
Yeah.
over basically
Well,
anyone.
But
Over
everyone,
an
I remember,
ancestor.
everyone was like,
Or
"No,
descendant.
like someone's got to,
Yeah, dude.
someone's got to help Yuga." I understand
gives
that
a
someone's
shit
got to help
about
Yuga, and I get
descendants?
that. But you got to remember what
Good
she's
band.
turning on. She's turning on her twin brother, who she's lived, and but she's known him her whole life. She's only known Yuga for a little bit. She should help you, but you've known.
I think he's
Again,
gonna
I'll-
be fine.
Yeah, I agree.
think he's gonna be
Agreed.
fine.
But it's again,
Growing
this
up
is-
without
this
his
is what's great
sister.
about this. This is such a great topic to talk about.
That's the sacrifice she's willing to make to save his bloodline, her own, and Yuga. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, no, I
Especially when it's against the millions of lives of artificial beings that they died. We don't need to bring them back. It's not like it would be different, and you would have me more in the sense that she's gonna kill them all. Then if I
Okay,
that
yeah.
they're already dead, and she had nothing to do with that. All she's doing is letting them
So
rest.
real-
that's a very convincing argument.
You know,
right
that's
there.
what I'm saying.
That's a
That's
good point.
incredibly
But on that
convincing.
point, let's all answer this next question. Is this show going to have a sad ending because of what's going on
No.
right now?
I don't think so.
It'll be
As
happy.
much as I would love something kind of bittersweet, I don't think.
Well,
they're
define
gonna do it.
sad ending.
I
Like,
think it could
Strange.
partially sad.
So not that a character necessarily to die, but like arguably we lose a character in some sense of a way.
Yeah.
it depends what character. I think.
I think someone's
Okay,
memories could get
one of the-
wiped, or
one of the
Udius
main
could die.
5 characters.
Like if we lose Udius and Udius dies permanently, I would be upset by
Yeah,
that. If something happens to
You just
Yumu
become-
because of this ambition and so, I wouldn't really care.
Really?
I don't think I'd be that upset.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
she's chosen her path. If something bad happens, it's the path
Interesting.
So you're throwing
set
away-
out
So
on.
you're on the side of the Valgarians in that case. So
I am.
then you're not siding with family in that way. It
You're
would
not-
only
He's
be-
siding with
He's absolutely
current.
right.
in
No.
your
He's siding with
case.
current family,
Yeah.
which would be Yuhi.
Yeah, I
No.
think there is an element to that as well because she's siding with an ancestor that doesn't exist in her timeline. It would be like me siding with my great grandfather that I met because of some weird circumstance. And we also don't know if her parents are still around. Her parents could still be around. And so this would not only eliminate her from Yuhi's life, it would eliminate her from her parents' life as well. And so
And all of her friends.
and all of her friends. So I think, you could really look at it from both angles. I think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
But this is the route she's gone. If something happened to her,
I would still
Then-
be upset. You wouldn't be upset
Wow.
by that
No,
though,
no,
after
so here's
everything?
the
it depends how callous she is in these last 30 episodes.
I respect you for your decision and your support of it, but to say you wouldn't be sad is
I
interesting.
think that's a little.
That's interesting.
I'm
'Cause I
expecting her to continue to go down this evil Otis-like route that's going to get ramped up for the
So
next
you won't-
30
Oh,
episodes.
see, I
so
don't
you
know.
won't feel bad about the character Yumu was before.
I think you could have the argument right now today, July 24th.
Yep.
She's already dead. I think you could have that
Whoa,
argument.
I don't know.
I think you could have.
I wouldn't at all.
I think you could.
The fact that Cal
I think you
jumped
could.
on and agreed with you right away shows you how crazy that one was.
I
Because
wouldn't
usually
think-
Cal right away agrees.
What do
with
you
that.
think?
I wouldn't
You
at
think
all.
she's too far beyond saving?
She's dead.
Yumu?
She's saying she.
Yeah.
I mean, he hates Yumu. He loves her on.
I
I'm saying the old
Even
version.
then-
The old version of her is gone. I do believe
old-
that.
I
so
don't-
The old version will never come back.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I think there's a way. There is no, because there's a way that someone will stop her right from erasing her memories and all that stuff, which means the old Yumu could come back. I think right now there is nothing steering her off of her path because, like, Yuhi is the one thing right that could probably flip her the other way if he can convince her. Right, I think we could all agree.
possibility.
No one else would have the power to do that. I don't think anybody.
I actually
Gotta
disagree
be
with
Udius
that.
could.
Okay.
I think Udius or Yugioh.
I don't think Zuijo could. Udius
fair.
maybe.
Could.
That's fair.
Judas, maybe. I
Um,
think you has the most
Yeah,
like,
Yeah,
most
But
Yudi's
it's by far the
Yudi's
strongest
good.
impact
yes.
because, can she be gone? She's gone. I think old Yumu's gone. I agree with that. I think this Yumu could end up being gone. I think she could end up wiping her memories. That could be the path that it goes. I also think that Yuhi is going to say, "You shouldn't sacrifice this. Look what you've been through. I'm just going to do it instead." And Yuhi wipes his memories to ensure their future and says, "The people need you. They don't need me." That kind of thing. Sad ending.
Yeah, I can see you
Would be
sacrificing for
crazy.
Yumu.
I just think I want to caution this. I like all those theories. This is Yugioh. Okay, it's gonna end.
Are
we
happy.
overthinking it?
It's gonna end happy. She's gonna come back to the good side. She's literally, no matter what she does, I want to put that in your brain. 1 2-minute speech, she's right back. It's Yugioh. I mean, like, let's be real
Well,
with this.
I
That,
do
like. She's easily going to switch back. It's going to be cleared up. There will be some other final villain. She's not going to die. Yuki's not going to die. They're going to be fine.
I mean, that's what we thought about Flame.
Okay. Flame, all the Ignis were destined to die.
No, I'm
We knew
kidding.
that
I
since
know.
episode
They
one.
needed to
Yeah.
die.
So, totally different scenario.
she is going to fail as Otis, though. I do believe that. I don't think she's going to become
yeah,
Otis.
of course not.
Yeah.
And then maybe real Otis creator will come back.
I feel like the only character, you could argue there's 3 characters that could become Otis, and this is my personal opinion, and I'll tell you why. Right, so I think it could only be a Valgarian or an alien at this point. So I arguably could see it being Kawaii Duel, which Kawaii Duel is arguably created by Otis, supposedly.
Otis is Earth to Mars.
Supposedly.
Supposedly, yeah.
Zuijo or Udius. I think it's one of those 3 characters. I don't think it'll be Yuma or Yuhi. As Pete said, this is Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, other than Rain. Now, Reigns is an outlier. Someone in chat I read said Arc 5 is sad. I've never watched Arc 5, so I can't attest that if it is sad.
It's sad because it ended bad for the fans.
Whatever the reason
Yeah,
is.
I mean, there were major characters that did end up, like, dead.
Permadead. Okay, you
No,
know.
they're still there.
But we also
yeah.
we also have to remember those shows were aimed at older age groups. Arguably, these shows are clearly 13-year-old.
I would say Go Rush has certainly stepped up from 7's in the darker themes.
100%. I agree
Yeah.
with that, but I just don't think they're gonna go super extreme with it. Where we, kill off one of the two deuteragonists. You'd argue Yuhi and Yumu. I know Udius is the true protagonist, but you're deuteragonist right below them in a sense. I just don't think we're gonna perma end them, perma change them in any way. And that's why you can do that to a Udius or a Zuijiro or Kwaidu, whose lifespan, as we've been arguing for the past 30 minutes, are they sentient? Are they human? Are they alien? What are they exactly? That's who can take over that role of Otis. Right?
Yeah.
Like would be crazy to us, right? We've seen Udius who's such a good person, always does the right thing. Maybe after all these experiences, he's gonna realize to save Yuhi and Yumu, I'm gonna be Otis. I'll do what it takes to be that person, or even Zuijiro, or even Kwaidu. Now, arguably, Kwaidu and Zuijiro are more malicious. They have that malicious side to them, where Udius has none. There's nothing. We've seen Udius get mad that one episode. I forget. We really liked it.
Yeah.
Yet he just got so intense.
Yep.
And that's the only time we've ever seen him purely angry, right?
Yeah.
Every other time, even now, right? He's been betrayed again, arguably by his friends. He left him. Now he's got to go try to save them again. All these things is just shaping him to be Otis, to do what he has to do. So that's my personal opinion. Don't hold me to it because I don't know. But yeah, it's good. It's again, and this is see the excitement we have though.
Yeah, no, I mean,
this
it's
is
a great
We're
talking
in the end
point.
game,
We're
35
debating-
episodes. We don't know who's gonna be Otis. We don't know
Yeah.
how that's gonna end. What's gonna happen to you?
We don't know who the final villain's going to be.
It's and that's what you want going into the end of any show, arguably Yu-Gi-Oh, any TV show. You want to be excited for the end. As much as it's sad it's ending, right? Arguably, but you're excited for what's gonna happen and what these characters you've spent all this time with.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
and I like to also, not to interrupt you,
Yeah.
I like that this is just a fun discussion. Right?
I was going to say, we have
And I
different views.
And
yeah.
I like that.
That's good.
We've all been civil here, of course, but
Of course.
I like that the show is written eloquently enough that
Yeah.
it can pull. We could all pull different things from it, and it's not very black and white. It's there's not really any interpretation here. It's
Right.
clearly she murdered 8 people. She's terrible.
Yeah. It's very gray.
There's a gray area in there where it's I kind of get it or I don't get it. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's very well said. It's a credit to them for writing these characters so compellingly and having these real existential debates on what qualifies someone as a real person, whether people should be revived or if death is what makes them an actual person. Yeah, and then of course Yumu's character is going to be a hot debate point moving forward with how she's executed. Does she continue to go down? Does she do more drastic and maybe not as gray things to achieve her goal? That'll also be, I'm very interested to see that as well.
Does she do more harm than good?
Correct. In order to achieve her goal. And also, she's pretty confident that she'll be able to control Monster Reborn and use it very, very eloquently.
I got some bad news.
I mean, that's
I'm afraid I've got
that's the
some
other
bad news.
That's the other element of it. I mean, we know how dangerous Monster Reborn is. We'll see how it works for you, Amu. But
what if in a crack theory, what if we're always talking about the creator and all that stuff, which I'll believe it when I see it. But what if she accidentally creates the final villain of the show? Somehow she does recreate a monster is reborn literally, and that's our final villain.
yeah, I mean, we don't know what the power is
Seven-Zone
there.
Magician.
I mean, or
Dark
freaking Go Ayuga. Yeah, I mean, we don't know.
So, here's
Imagine he comes back.
No, come
here's
on,
the
man.
here's the theory right here.
Swirly, bro. Where's Swirly at?
It's
dead, bro.
simple as this: Monster Reborn comes out, and a freaking Otis comes out of Kwaidu, bang, back into physical form. Otis is your final villain.
It can happen. That's fine. I'm
So,
okay with that.
Kwaidu is going to come out of Udius,
And then out of him will come the creator.
Yeah.
They call that the double whammy.
Raise your hand if you think
2 for
Otis
1
will
special.
be the final villain of the show.
Honestly,
man.
and I'm not saying I wouldn't want it. I'm just saying you have to show me. I just don't believe it.
That's fair.
I feel like he
I mean-
has to be.
I
Can I
mean-
be on hold right now? I'm in
I'll
full
buy.
state.
I'll buy.
Okay. So you're selling, you two are holding, and us two are
You
buying.
have to show me.
Yeah.
I'm not against it. Just please, show me a hint.
As long as long as Otis doesn't reveal himself, I don't care. It's all good.
Oh yeah, you have that bet.
I
right
do have a
there.
bet. Yes.
Very exciting. Very exciting.
Would you guys?
dokie.
Just as a quick point.
Yeah.
I would much prefer Kwaidu to be like an astral. in Zexal, where he's kind of helping Udius, and Udius can only hear him, and they both have an influence on the duel more than him just outright taking the body, and Udius is just chilling.
I'd
I
prefer
agree.
that too, but I think it fits Quaidule's character
it
better.
totally does.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, as me as a viewer, I would like more of a kind of camaraderie there.
Yeah, no, I agree.
More
Yeah, and I wanna
than
see
him
Udius
just
duel.
stepping in.
But I think the fact that we don't have the camaraderie there, I think adds credence to at least where I'm coming from with my thought of I just don't trust Quaidule because it
can't.
feels very hostile. It feels very.
He's so arrogant.
Yeah,
you can
dude.
never.
You know what it kind of like
Yeah.
reminds me of in a weird way? It's like the symbiote relationship in Venom. Where he's like he takes over his body and there's basically no control, no fight. Like once Venom comes out, right? It's what Venom wants to do.
Yeah.
like,
to a degree.
To
I mean,
a
the
no,
movie-
it's
yeah.
obvious.
He liked.
Well,
it.
it's obviously very different, but
I like the Venom character. I don't know if I like the movie, but
just the actual relationship between the guy
Yeah, I
and
can
the
see-
No,
symbiote
I
is what
see
I
where
mean.
you're getting at.
Yeah.
I do. A lot of people, when they have two characters in one body, everyone always goes back to the symbiote stuff.
Yeah.
You know who Yuumu, the new version of Yuumu, kind of reminds me of?
This can't be.
Madame Web. Right?
I knew when
knew.
you were laughing, it had to be something terrible, and so that makes sense. That
I
lines
feel
up
like
with your
he's
brand.
just shitting on my comparison.
What was
with
the
that.
last? What was the last line? When she's like, I don't know.
No, it's at the
Today
end. When,
is the
when they're
day
saying, like, all
that
the
you
things
are
happen, and
going
she's
to
like,
die.
She says, "I know," and then
That
she
was a
says
good
like
one.
something else about like that she's already seen it. They'll have no idea or something
Yeah,
like that. And I'm like,
Thank
bitch, shut
you
up.
for
like,
the dono.
like, go back to your wheelchair. Like we're sick of watching you.
Oh
I'm
my
done.
God.
Or like when this villain kept getting visions of like that he was going to die, and he just goes, "It's too bad you didn't know that today would be the day you die."
you love that
That's what he
line.
says right after he like
You love
kills
that.
someone. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
what a badass line, dude.
the agent that he brings home.
I
Hey,
hate that movie.
I just hate that you guys have made me
Day.
live through this movie.
It's so
Like, I've
good.
never seen it. I don't
I
plan
never
on
watched.
seeing
I never saw it either.
And y'all just don't stop.
never
with
saw
it.
it
Is
either.
that right?
bad.
Wednesday, me and you, we're gonna get a bottle of Jack right
No,
on the table, and
Sean,
we're
I
gonna
won't
watch.
do it.
All right, I'm
So
in.
bad,
I'm in
dude.
for that.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
It's not.
Jack Honey.
It's terrible. Did you say you at one point spit out? You
Oh, we
stood
could
up
do
and spit out your drink.
JMO
apparently.
Ginger.
Yeah.
that
Wait.
works
Was it the? Yeah, it was one of the lines the guy delivered. Or also, I laughed when the car just comes crashing through the.
Yeah,
second-
you had a couple of spit takes. The one where somebody
stood
stood
up.
up and almost walked out
He
was
stood
Pete.
up.
And I think that was the car going through the building.
I almost left.
Yeah.
Like I was like because I heard him and I was like, there's no.
It
When
goes
that
right there.
car went like 25 feet in the air, I was like, what are we doing here? This is the final set piece?
We should
Yeah,
watch it again. We should
No.
watch it
I only with
terrible.
alcohol. Only with alcohol.
Oh boy.
again. Yeah. I'm
That
okay.
would be.
He's like,
if,
duh.
If we have any other After Darks or anything in the future,
We're
that
not
would be a
watching, man.
hilarious
Wow.
stream.
Why do I feel like we could show that on YouTube and nobody would
There's
care?
no one's copyright.
Sony wouldn't
They,
care.
at least
They
it's
would-
getting exposure.
They would pay you
They'd
to
thank
watch
you.
the whole thing. That's how it would go.
$1
Holy
a minute.
shit. All right, we got some donations, some
We
super
sure do.
chats.
We sure do.
Yeah.
Why don't you
Yeah.
start us off?
Thank you to Crystal Colden with the Go Rush donation. Thank you, Crystal, the 888.
Rush, go
also
Rush.
sporting the UTS shirt. Rest in peace to this
UTS.
company. Their founders went off the deep end. Looks away from a bulletin board. Oh, right, episode 117. I liked seeing Joint Tech Prime Rex. What else do you want? I got Dragon Prince Season 6 premiering in less than 36 hours.
Wow.
That's my priority right now. I've actually never even heard of Dragon
Not
Prince.
familiar.
It's amazing how many shows and pieces of
So many
media.
anime.
Like, that's on Season 6. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, never
heard of it.
It's like
But hopefully it's good.
channels, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
this YouTube
yeah.
channel has 11 million subscribers. Never heard of them.
No.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
It's insane. It just makes you. It really shows you how small you are in the world, right? Crystal, thank you so much. I hope Dragon Prince Season 6 is wonderful, and I appreciate your donation very much. Thank you, Crystal. Dark Emperor J, thank you for the $2 donation. This random question is from the jokes I made on the Elden Ring stream. If you were a boss fight at any stage, what kind of abilities and attacks would you have?
Wow.
I think I.
Excellent question.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't picture myself fighting.
You know what? I respect that.
Yeah.
You'd be a merchant.
Yeah.
I'd be.
I'd
that-
have like
that-
super strength and be able to throw lightning bolts, but I'd be really slow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I picture you as like a Zeus. I can
Yeah,
see
that's how I was kind of going.
I-
You got the build of a Greek god, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
Okay.
sculpted by the guy.
Cal's the slick back character that you think is the friend the whole time, but then by the end he's the main villain.
See, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say that I would be more of like whenever I played like games like that, I always liked to be either like an archer type class, or something that's like katanas, samurai swords, like that. So I would be some sort of, even like, this is a random comparison, but for some reason it's popping in my head. Like playing like World of Warcraft, when you're a hunter, you use bow and arrow or like a ranged weapon, but you have a like pet companion that fights with you.
Okay.
So like that you're not taking a lot of damage right away because they're, the melee's going on with them, and then you're shooting from the outside. So something like that. Maybe in Elden Ring, I'd have like a quick bow shot or whatever, and then I would just have this beast that
People would be
is with
hating
me.
your boss.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you get off 3 shots in like a millisecond, and you can't block 2
It's
of
just
them.
like,
Yeah.
and then there's another
I can
beast
see
that
Dill
comes in.
screaming right now.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with that? I mean, what are you supposed to do?
And there were a few moments last night, dude, that were unbelievable.
I can't wait
had
for
a
you
lot
to
of
fight.
fun.
I can't wait for you to
I
fight
mean, you're
Bale.
scared of Radon. Just be honest.
Bale is
You're
so
terrified.
frightening, dude.
No, I know. I saw him.
I know, but like
You are
Radon.
you're
you
scared of
barely
Radon, dude.
you barely scratched the surface.
As soon as you were going up the mountain, and I knew you had to get to that dragon, I went, "Oh, he's in for it."
Yeah, I didn't know about it.
I could show you where Radon is if you really want to know.
I
You're
mean,
nervous.
I don't have any interest in beating him. That's the
Why?
thing.
It literally, you
I don't get a
always
trophy.
beat bosses in any game.
The,
No,
and
that's
now
not true.
you don't
The
wanna do it.
Dark Souls 3 Ashes of Ariandel final boss I didn't beat.
Really?
Yeah.
You should go back and beat that.
Is it
No.
what turns you off from it? Just because
It's
there's
3.
no trophy?
Yeah, there's no trophy, and it's just like ridiculously difficult. It feels
Don't
like
you want to challenge yourself?
I challenge myself plenty in those games. It
That's
feels
true.
unfair. Sometimes they feel unfairly difficult to the point
That's
where
how
I'm
they made
I'm
it.
just not gonna ruin my sanity.
I think it'll be an incredible.
If there was a trophy on the line, I would 100% make sure I get it done.
Fair enough.
What
no
if?
trophy.
Wait, how about this? How about this?
What?
Hear me
What?
out. I will.
There's no trophy.
I will wait.
No.
I will wait to fight Radon, and we co-stream me versus you to see
Yeah.
who wins the boss battle first.
That's actually fun.
I
though.
would- yeah.
That's actually
That-
good content.
This stream could go for
Cal's
7 hours.
gonna actually stream. Holy crap!
This stream could go for 7 hours.
Wow, you should do it. That's a good idea.
I would donate to that stream.
Wow, Cal's come back to streaming, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. This is gonna be awful. Oh jeez. Gonna be 4 a.m. I'm waking up for work. Hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah.
Dill's eyes are
No,
bloodshot.
after like 3 hours, we'd have
You
to
just
call.
hear the
It's
same
been
music.
4 days.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Oh God. Well, Dark Emperor, thank you for the question and the donation. We always appreciate your randomness. Shark Messiah, thank you for the $5 donation.
Thank
A
you,
week
Shark.
late, but really loving Yugioh this season.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how his arc will be fleshed out and his reasoning for siding with Yuumu will be revealed. Those two have had a strange connection since season 1 in the Curry episode, if you remember it. Yes, Shark, and of course I read your theory that kind of expanded on what you think could be kind of happening between them, which is very interesting. Yuumu, Yugioh have certainly, honestly, Yugioh's had a weird connection, I would argue, with both Odos, even
Yeah.
with Yuhi as well.
Yeah, it goes far
So
back.
to see where he's going to go and where his dynamic will go is always fascinating because he is the most interesting character in the show.
Yeah.
By a
Yeah,
little,
of course.
for sure.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. What?
Let's see what you did there.
Shark. Thank you for another $5 donation, Shark. Appreciate you greatly. Also, quick theory. I'm betting the series will end with someone using Monster Reborn to erase everyone's human memory of rush duels, leaving 7s to happen so rush duels are still in the duel system and the robot on the moon, but no one has any memories of it existing.
I can see that.
That's a very good theory,
That's a good
actually.
theory. I like that.
That would bridge
I can work with that.
the gap
Pun intended.
between both shows in a very,
Very well.
Yeah, and I know there were people that would be upset because it's like, oh well, then Yuga didn't actually create rush duels, but he kind of did.
He
in his
recreated
timeline.
it.
He always did, bro.
Yeah, he reinstalled them.
He will always be
Well,
known
it
as the
makes
creator
it,
of
it
Rush
makes
Duels.
it a
Always.
paradox.
Yep.
Yeah, it would be like if tomorrow everybody on Earth's memories, thanks to Monster Reborn, we all lost our memories of Pac-Man, right? And then there was a guy,
hate him.
we'll just call him Jack Smith, I don't know, makes Pac-Man in 2085. All of a sudden, Jack Smith is the creator of Pac-Man. And then if you watched some sort of time
not
traveling
wrong.
show, you would find out that the someone, I can't remember his name. I actually name dropped him in one of my videos when I was talking about Pac-Man, the wonderful creator of Pac-Man. Would love to get him on the podcast at some point.
Is he?
I just let you know, you can keep ranting, but I got 19 minutes, just so you know.
Let me take a look.
I'm gonna look it up.
19.
This guy for real?
What are the odds? That's actually perfect.
Are you really looking this up right now?
Yes, I want to let you know, yes, Toru Iwatani is always welcome on this podcast, the creator of Pac-Man.
Is he the best player at Pac-Man?
No,
No,
of course
he's
not.
just the
He doesn't need to
Oh,
be.
you knew the answer to that
Yeah.
question.
And by the way,
Yeah.
Dredge, I'm happy you brought that up.
You got it.
That's not his legacy. You know what I mean?
What's his legacy?
His legacy is that he created
Creations.
the Pac-Man.
Wow.
If this was on Twitch right now, I would hit "Shut up, bitch" a long time ago.
Created a monster.
Shark.
created a
Yeah,
monster.
absolutely.
Suck.
Yeah.
Shark, I really, really like that theory. And thank you for the donations. Angie, thank you for the very, very generous $45 donation. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Angie. Pink's message gave me a whole video idea. Compare a random episode, random number generated across the board. So like episode 69 nice in the series and see how DMGX5Ds were, where they were in regards to pacing of the
Compare
overall
them?
series.
Oh,
I
God.
like that. The only show you probably could not do that for Sevens and Vrains, because they ended. Vrains you could, I guess, if the number was maybe under like 80, but like Vrains 110, you can't really compare to 5D's 110 because they have way much
I'm
more
actually
time.
I'm on my second reload. I'm on like 104 right now of 5Ds.
Okay, and
I mean-
5Ds at
Well, I
104
didn't rewatch
can
it.
go a little bit slower than Vrains at 104 because Vrains only had 16 episodes left. But I do like that. That is actually a
Really
Yeah.
fast, like with burning fire and everything was on fire. And
that is a fun video idea,
on
Angie.
fire.
You know, the thing is, and I've said it many times, I've got a lot of really, really fun video ideas and series. I
when,
believe
when
that
are
I
we
do.
going to see those in approximately, I don't know, somewhere around 8 months or so, somewhere around there,
8,
7,
9
8
months.
months.
Yeah, not I wish not that early.
Hey, I got my
Judges.
own clock at home for when this guy's leaving. Let me tell you.
Oh, jeez.
But probably in like May or June of next year.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're gonna kind of relaunch this channel, so I'm lot more
Relaunch.
content. Very, very excited for
Yu-Gi-Oh!
that.
Everything LLC.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything.
Honestly, you might need an LLC.
He
Yeah.
should already have one.
it's gonna be
That's
good.
true too.
Somebody go out there and buy that.
My dad for his
You have a
bruschetta has an
DBA?
LLC. You should have an LLC.
Well, it'll be good also to register it in Delaware.
This guy.
You know what? He didn't think about it, and that
And
just
it
came
still
up in his
worked,
head
and
right
it
now, and
still
it was
worked,
such a
man.
good
That's
response.
so
I hate you.
unfortunate.
That was-
We all know we didn't think
you
of it
haven't
until
thought
I-
about it, but that was a great response.
Wow.
And I don't even need to lie to them
Next
about
one, come on.
Like everyone else.
it. right.
Uh,
This is the Bank of America headquarters. Oh, it just looks like a subway building.
It's in the back. It's in the back.
Oh, okay. Sharkmas and Angie, thank you for the great idea, and thank you for the insanely generous large donation. Thank you so much, Angie. Shark Messiah, thank you for the $5 donation. All right, now a fun discussion. Out of the main seven characters from Sevens and Go Rush, Yuga, Luke, Roman, Gakuto, Roa, Nail, Asana, and Udius, Uemu, Yuhi, Zuijo, Yuna, Manabu, and Epoch or Osaka, who would win a team dueling match? Who has the stronger
All those
duelists?
characters? Holy shit.
Dude, that's a lot.
Go Rush.
Yeah.
Go Rush. Because Luke's the only one that really is a phenomenal
character.
duelist.
Disrespect to Yuga.
On
It bothers me
Sevens.
so much.
But no, but think about it. Udius,
I agree
very,
with
very
that.
good.
I agree with that.
Suijo, very, very good.
Because I know most. Just the disrespect. Is
I agree with him.
Dude, he's known for the creation of the game, not being the best.
He literally.
no,
literally
come
won
on.
every orc finale.
Come on, man. Come on.
That was good. That was good. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm,
team-
That, my friends, is a
I'm
callback.
I'm Team Go Rush. I think some of the lower level sevens might beat the lower level Go Rush, but the higher level Go Rush, like your Zuijo,
Manabu and
your
Yuna are
Udius.
very good.
Yeah, what
No,
do you
I agree.
mean?
They're not.
Yeah.
They're the higher level though. I'd argue Yumu's a lower level.
Oh,
Of the top
interesting.
seven.
Okay.
Dueling.
No,
Of dueling,
I
of
it's
dueling,
Yumu in
yeah.
Dark Meister form, though. You gotta
That's
take that into
so no.
consideration.
You can't. No, because they're different.
Why not?
You
It's
just said that.
same
You
person.
just said that. No, Dylan just
Yeah.
said that Yumu died, and now we have the Dark Meister.
No. He meant like figuratively that you.
I think the Go
died.
Rush team would win though. They
Yeah.
just have more heavy hitters.
That's what I think too. I said it with confidence. You guys are like, oh, I don't know about that. I was dead.
All I
We all
disputed
said-
was
what
your
do you mean?
disrespect.
We all
to
said
Yugioh.
Go Rush.
That's all I said.
Yeah, you disrespected.
All I said was the only really good duelist there was Luke.
Yeah, that's
right, which is disrespect to Yuga.
Oh,
Oh
How
my
many-
God, it's 11-2 Mets.
11-2, baby. Yeah.
Lindor.
Oh, Lindor, Grand Slam. Lindor.
No, 3-run home,
Oh,
3-run
3.
home.
No, I agree. I do agree with him.
I'm just wondering, at the end of the show, did Luke win or did Yuga win?
Yeah. The 5th time they dueled, he finally got one.
What about all the other arc?
Was your 1-4
What about-
record against him that great?
Okay, it was 1-3, but okay. But what about all the other arc finales that he didn't face Luke in, which was only one of them?
Uh-huh.
Did he win those or he lost?
No,
Refresh my
go
memory.
Yuga. He passed out and he couldn't finish the duel.
But as a protagonist, doesn't he have the most losses ever?
By far.
Yeah.
By far.
I never said he
It was
wasn't a
writ- all
good
the other
duelist.
shows were written by different studios. That's number one.
I never said he
so that's
wasn't a
factor.
good
And number
duelist,
two,
but he's not very good.
every single time he lost, typically a brand new mechanic was dropped on his head.
That's true, except against Tiger and except against Roa.
No, we're
except
not.
against
We're
Luke.
moving on.
But you're right, it
Right.
did happen a little bit.
Right. So,
Can we just
so
move
now
on?
those characters aren't strong either. Now, okay, got it.
Who? Tiger's not that strong. So.
Well, physically
Physically,
scary.
she's
Yes.
strong. Dueling, she's okay.
Oh man, listen, we have a lot of fun.
I love stirring up the Yuga pot, man. Because I like Yuga personally, but
You're not allowed to like him anymore. You're off the train. You're not allowed to like him. You were thrown out of the club. Get out.
All right,
You're
well,
gone.
how do you explain this?
All right, next donation.
We have to go.
Okay.
I
Shark,
gotta keep this rolling.
Shark Messiah, thank you for the $5 donation.
See you next month.
So Dylan, how much money do I have to throw at you to get
my.
you to react to all the Card Fight Vanguard openings? It's just the openings.
I have a
That's all
number.
I'm asking. But I think I
have
can
a
make a
number.
fun reaction stream if you would react to them. So give me a number.
I have a
See,
number.
I never do this.
No, I know
I
my-
never do this
Wanna
because
know what my number is?
What's your number?
100K.
100K.
Yeah, it's my number. I swear to God,
$525,600.
I'm not gonna do it. I have no desire to do it. 100K.
So I'll be honest, it actually does sound like a very fun idea, but I do not want to feel like I'm in any way like extorting money where it's like, hey, if you send X amount, I'll do Y amount. I think in some stream circumstances, like, you know, a subathon, I guess that's more
That's
like
different, though.
appropriate.
That's very different.
But just for like
Yeah, very
random things.
He said he's
um,
also joking.
yeah, he's already joking.
Oh, Shark, she's joking. Okay. Yeah, I just wouldn't want to do it. And that's why I don't do anything like that. In fact, I did. I had the Egyptian God Tier patron, which was $100 a month for video requests. But I discontinued that like a couple years ago.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, just because I got to a point with the channel and so
You
many
have enough
people
on
being
your plate,
generous where I was like, yeah, I don't need that
It's not
sort
only
of
that, it's
commitment
also
from
like
people.
You kind of moved away from Patreon in the sense of
I
like,
did.
doing all that stuff.
I did,
You didn't have
yeah.
the time.
No, yeah,
All
exactly.
right, all
yeah.
right, all right. I'll do it for 10K.
That's still psychotic.
Okay.
No, I would probably. It actually does sound like a fun idea. It would have to be on Twitch, Shark Messiah. It couldn't be on YouTube because it would get flagged immediately.
Yeah.
But if I'm ever doing
Tier
a
list.
marathon stream, I think that I think would be a fun idea. And honestly, I don't think that would be a bad video idea to upload here on Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything. I know there are a good amount. You know, if you remove Yu-Gi-Oh!, the most popular card game anime in the world is Card Fight
not
Vanguard for
Pokemon?
sure. Card game anime. Card game anime. Yeah.
Well, he's right. He's right.
Yeah.
I misspoke.
So I know for a fact there are a lot of crossover fans. I think that would actually be a pretty fun idea. I do like that. But I'm not going to put any sort of like, oh, X amount. And also you've donated a lot to me. So if I do it, I'll just do it. Don't worry. But thank you, Shark. It's a good idea. Appreciate you. Some supers. We got any?
Yeah.
Super.
Who's super?
And by the way, when we're done with the super chats, we are going to move on to 118, 119
Joe.
summaries and make our picks.
Do you want to end the poll before we go to the super chats?
course. I
Just
like
it's
that.
just been sitting for a while, you know.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
I think everyone who would have voted has voted.
That's what I mean. It's at
You wanna read the poll
119. Yeah. Thoughts on 117? We have in first place good 47%, in second place great 40%, decent 10%, and bad just 2%,
1% for the men.
leaving 1% For the milk.
Yeah. it's good.
Comparing that to 116, good was 45%, so it went up 2.
Okay.
Great was 39%,
Went up
so it
1.
went up 1. Decent was 10%.
Exactly the
Bad was
same.
2%.
Yeah.
How about that?
I mean, almost identical to how people felt about
Hey,
Yeah.
start off an
116.
arc, feeling
And that's
pretty
good. Great and goods are 85% or above both
Feeling
episodes.
good.
That's good. Yeah.
Feeling
Love
good.
to see that.
Yeah.
Like
And
I
for the
should.
start of an arc, that's
Should
very
Love it.
good. Yeah.
I'm not out here watching them, make curry.
All
actually
around
watching
the
some
neighborhood.
Yeah, and I like that. I mean, I like curry. Don't get me wrong, but
That's if you're eating it, not if you're watching a whole episode about it.
exactly. We have 2 Australian from Electric Heaven.
Thank you, Kev.
Thank you, Kev.
Kevin.
Won't spoil, obviously, but I just watched Deadpool and Wolverine last night.
Nice.
Wow.
How did he get access to it
Australia.
that quick? I guess in
Australia.
Australia.
Some people that had early access or pressed it. As
Well,
We are-
Australia is already like Friday.
Right.
They're,
Also, we don't know where he is, right?
Well, it's about to be.
Australian.
Okay,
dollars,
he's in
so-
Oh, he's in Australia.
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
So
there
they
you go.
sometimes get their movies early. Over
Good for
there.
them, man. That's awesome. We're gonna see it very soon, Kev. Very excited. Can't wait. I actually am. No,
okay.
Deadpool 2 was
So-
like my favorite
So are
movie.
you excited if you're actually going to get to the theater early so you're not late getting in the movie theater getting your snacks?
I'm more concerned about getting that Deadpool popcorn bucket because I miss out on the Dune.
I'm gonna get the
one.
Wolverine
Just
one.
stick your hand in Wolverine's mouth.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
You're gonna get the bucket.
100%.
Really?
Of course.
The Dune
Yeah.
one
I can't
with
wait
Yeah,
to see it.
worms.
I
of
can't wait to
course.
see it.
I would have loved the
Hey, you
Dune
actually
bucket.
eat
The Dune bucket
you
was terrifying.
For
though.
the
Yeah.
dono.
He's not kidding.
Yeah.
It's you want to know how much it costs? Like $25 for the bucket.
Really? That deters me a little bit, but I'm still gonna get it.
Right, but
Because-
buying the longest time when I tried to get you to buy
my God,
shoes,
Dylan.
Well, hang on.
you couldn't do that.
This looks ridiculous.
Can I ask something?
Dylan, look at this. He looks ridiculous.
His reaction is the best.
I'm aware what the popcorn bucket looks like.
The best, man.
For me, that's a must.
Yeah, because there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you.
$29.99 for a large popcorn and Wolverine.
No issue with that.
Psychopath!
And by the way, when
This is what he spends your hard-earned money on, Chad. Never forget that.
no, this is why I work my 9 to 5 to spend things. When I go to
Deadpool one is $39.99.
when I go to future movies after this, I will be bringing that bucket and I will ask them.
I'm
to
not
fill
going
it up.
with you.
Why not?
Unless
not
we put it in the
gonna-
bag.
We're seeing a movie.
They're not gonna fill it.
Why wouldn't they? They sold it at theaters. I'll say, hey, I'll pay the price for a large bucket, but I want you to fill this one. I'm not paying $30 to use it one time. Are those Funkos?
Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
I
There's
don't look
Deadpool.
at that.
Oh no!
I
There's
would-
Deadpool Wolverine.
Listen,
Funko.
I would
We'll
feel
see how
so
good the
much
movie
more
is.
comfortable with you getting the other popcorn bucket.
Which one?
I guess it's a Deadpool one here.
I don't know what that is. It looks terrible.
Nick T,
more.
I appreciate your concern. I'm fully prepared to get the Wolverine one.
He's gonna shove his hand right in the Wolverine's.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
He can't even say his straight face.
I can't.
I love it.
Dixie, I want a whole channel of just I show you things on the internet and you react to them.
Yeah,
So you
That's
might
it.
want to get to the movie theater early. It's a free. You get a free refill. So if I were you, I'd get to the movie early, eat a whole popcorn, refill it, and then give it a free in the movie theater.
That's a smart idea.
Yeah. You're not gonna do that at all, but you know.
Okay. We've had our laughs. Kevin, thank you so much. Kevin, please let us know if you got the Wolverine
He did.
popcorn
He
bucket.
did.
He did.
I'll tell you right now.
I'm
he
sure
did.
there's someone in chat who has.
They didn't.
The movie's not even really out yet.
They didn't. They are conscious with their money.
But-
You know, it's gonna be
Yeah,
worse.
yeah,
if
exactly.
Nicole wants it, I'm done. I hope she doesn't want it.
She's not going.
She should want it.
No one
She's
should want
a
that.
respectable woman.
Hey,
Yeah, that's
hey,
true.
I want it.
Yeah, of course.
Or you're a dirty dog.
Well, no, I just love popcorn.
Yeah, that's it. All right, Nick T. Nick.
I make popcorn all the time.
You do.
I know.
I've never seen you eat popcorn.
Oh, I see him all the
I
time.
eat it all the time.
I've only seen Dylan eat popcorn.
I eat popcorn all the time.
We've got $10 from Jack TCG VGC.
Thank
you, Jack.
Hey y'all, I'm rewatching Deadpool 1 and 2. Seeing it Friday night at 10:30 EST. Also looking for comics to read on both characters. Also, Duel was cool and episode was good.
Thank you, Jack. Yeah, it's been a
That
really
was
solid
perfect.
start
That was
to the arc. Jack, I'm very excited to see the movie. And
Oh no!
yeah, I can't wait. What happened?
Next donut. This next donut.
So Jack, thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for the
Jack.
super chat, and we'll
Appreciate
we'll
see
see
it
it
Friday too.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we'll
we'll let you know.
talk about it generally next Wednesday. We won't get into
Yeah.
spoilers, just if we
Yeah.
liked it or not.
all right, what we got
Maybe
next?
we'll F around do a review.
We could,
Never know.
yeah.
Okay.
Totally different topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nicholas Horton.
Yes.
Is a Cypher Red member.
48 months.
Thank
Happy
you,
4
Nicholas.
years.
4
Wow.
years. All right, what did Nicholas
Full
say?
Hi guys. Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
Hi guys. Are you ready for Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
hey, keep it going. Keep it going.
I don't know
Yes.
how many more there are.
One more time.
No, I think
What?
that's it. I think that's it.
That is
That was good.
great.
That perfectly.
The
counted.
timing couldn't have been better.
Yeah, we are ready. We've got our tickets. We're ready to see this thing.
Dill's
So I'm ready
gonna
for my
spend
popcorn
$30
bucket.
on a bucket.
$30 on a bucket, so it's about $10 more than a regular
Wait, am
large
I-
popcorn.
Honestly,
Wait a minute. Am I sitting next to you at the movies?
No.
Yes.
No, you're not. What
Oh,
number are you?
maybe.
No.
I
What
don't know.
number?
It
What
depends
number
what
are you?
ticket
You're
you
4 or 5?
I will
You're
be
4 and
5.
Yeah.
You're 5.
Oh, then you'll be sitting next to.
Yeah, I'll
like,
be sitting
King
next
and
to you. Yep.
Nice. All right. Well, then fine.
So
I'm in seat 1.
I'm giving you
I'm seeing next to
permission.
Cal.
I'm giving you
Shit.
permission to look over to
him
me
across
at
the
my
aisle.
bucket whenever you'd like.
What?
I'm gonna look
like-
at Cal's
it's
bucket and
aisle,
stick my hand in Cal's
Two
bucket,
seats,
not
and then
yours.
there's one seat
Sure.
over here.
There's just
I
so
know.
So
much
I'm
I
literally
can
just
do
by
with that
myself.
statement,
That's
but I
awesome.
won't.
Cal, can I okay if I stick my hand in your bucket?
You won't be able to reach it from there.
You gotta
Are you
quote
sure?
that, right? Like
I got
someone
long
has
arms,
to
bud.
quote that out
Okay.
there, right?
Stick my
Then
hand in your
yes.
bucket.
Okay, thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you,
Nicole,
Nicholas.
make me buy popcorn, then not eat any.
And
of
it
it.
happens every time Nicholas donates or renews his
Also
membership.
might be in the bucket.
For the 48th time.
Why, Dylan?
Every time.
Oh.
Read his username again.
Nicholas Horton at Justice for Rebecca Edgerunners.
She gone, bro.
Remember what happens?
Dude, that's brutal. I'm
Spo-
like, yeah,
spoiler
I
alert.
hope she makes it all the way through this thing.
Spoiler
she
alert.
wasn't a person, so it's fine.
What?
Right?
She isn't. She's not. She's a robot.
No, wait. Actually, no. I think
No, she's part person.
Completely twisting the
No,
point.
Yeah.
She's
No,
also,
just
she's also
narrative.
she is a person.
I
She
know.
just
I'm
is
aware.
AI.
I just said the narrative.
Wow.
All right.
Oh man. I
That's
love it.
crazy,
We have
bro.
37 months of Cypher Red membership from Philip Rosewood.
Thank you,
yours.
Philip.
Thank you, Philip.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, Philip.
He said, "Fine episode. Going to DreamCon in Texas tomorrow. Hyped.
Sweet.
Is that the con for the dude from No, it's a different one.
DreamCon?
RDC World. No, he's got doing a convention, but I don't think it's that.
Who,
The
Dream?
Minecraft guy?
Yeah, Dream the Minecraft guy?
Is that what DreamCon is?
I don't know.
know.
That
Could be.
That's what I thought you were
I
asking.
was
I don't
thinking
know.
because the guy from RDC World, the main guy, is doing a
Oh, it's
Is
an
his
anime
name-
and gaming
is his name
convention.
Mark?
Mark.
Yeah.
Mark, yeah. But I don't
It's-
think it's that.
It's
that's
an
not that
anime
one.
and gaming convention, it said.
Yeah, no, I
Oh,
know, but
cool.
that's.
I'm jealous.
No, it is.
Where is it? Houston?
Austin.
Austin. Yeah, actually, funny enough, Colin, I think, is either in or was just in Austin for Nats. That's how anybody that played in the Nats in the Yu-Gi-Oh space.
Was he in
that's
Fort Worth
awesome.
or was he in Austin?
I thought it was Austin, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, really, really cool. Hope you enjoy, Philip. You enjoy some time off, and I hope you have a lot of fun. Thank you, Phil. Got some good signatures. Is Valkyrie going to be there?
No,
Cal's hoping Pokemon's there.
Guys. We can't talk about Valkyrie being places because she was at freaking New York when I was
Hey,
there.
whose fault's that?
It's Cal's fault.
And remember when your friend Pete, remember your good friend Pete said, "Man, you want to go over to like the creators table?"
Oh,
and
yeah,
see
you're
who's over there?"
right.
And you're like, "Nah, I'm not interested in any of those guys."
You did
No,
say
I
that.
said I don't know who any of them are because usually it's all Pogo
Right.
creators.
Who took the big L?
Me.
It's okay, bro.
I fumbled bags you wouldn't even
An
imagine.
insane fumble.
Colin Cleves, speak of the devil. Colin, thank you for the $20 super chat.
Oh, he's jumping ahead. All right.
Appreciate you, Colin. I'll let Nixie do the rest.
Sorry. It's crazy to me how much of a forgiving person Yugioh is, and I mean this in a good way. His two friends and his commander basically turn on him, and even then he can't bring himself to be mad at them, and it's kind of beautiful.
He
He's a pure
sees the,
Yes.
you know,
Sees the light in the
he
dark.
sees the goodness in everyone, and I think that is a trait that I really do love about him. Yes.
I agree, but I also have seen this where people are so blind to like. Now in this case,
Ignorance not being bliss.
Yeah, so sometimes like there's we could think of a few people who they just don't want to. They don't want to like see the other side of something. You know what I mean? Like they're stuck
Yeah,
in like
yeah.
it's. Now in this
Yeah.
case, I'd have to think that they are going to end up. You know, it's going to end up working out for them. But there are
Sure.
people who just they just don't see it.
Uh-huh.
Right? They just don't, and they just keep forgiving and think, oh, it's okay. It's. So there, I've seen that be an issue in people's lives. I'm just
Sure.
saying, like, so just in this case,
Yes.
it works out really well, but I've definitely seen it not work out well.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, Udius, that is an element that I've always loved about him, even early on with Chupataro. where remember Chupitar was trying to put him in all these
his
traps.
eternal
His,
friend.
his eternal friend.
Yes, his eternal friend. Even though Chupitar was like trying to kill him.
He was.
So
That was a great. I love that episode.
So
Yeah,
like
great episode.
that
One of my
that
favorite
was the
characters.
that was the establishment of Yugioh and like his forgivability.
a little
just-
naivete.
Yes, a little
Yes, he's definitely
naivete.
naive at times too.
But yeah, you know, at the same, you don't want people like taking advantage of you, obviously.
Agreed.
But I don't think Yugioh feels that's what's going on.
Even if he
here.
is being taken advantage of. Even
But
though he
yeah,
doesn't feel that
I
way.
don't think as an independent person in this specific example,
Yeah.
he is being taken advantage
No,
of.
no,
yeah,
no.
I would
no.
agree, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
That I think he's actually fully kind of being like, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to agree with it, but I get why she's doing
Yep,
it.
yep.
But I feel like there's times I've seen Yugioh be like kind of
Oh,
just
yeah.
little
It's like, bud.
Yeah,
what-
with
what
Meek
are you- What are
Chan.
you doing, man?
Yeah.
meat.
No, absolutely. Colin, thank you for the very, very generous super chat.
Yes. Thank you, Colin. And then we have 27 months of Slifer Red membership from Pick Rick.
Pick the
Thank you,
Rick.
Rick.
Thank you,
Thank
Pick.
you,
Pick the Rick.
Shame Prime tribute. Excuse me. Shame Prime tribute summons wasn't given to others.
Yeah, I think a very cool element of this duel was seeing like Quaiduel's deck, which is still like kind of an amalgamation to
Yeah.
a lot of degree of all the characters. Yeah, I mean we'll see what happens. I don't know how much more Quaiduel is going to duel, honestly, Pick, but like if he does, will we see like upgrades to the deck? Will Yugioh be able to dig into Prime like a little bit and play that archetype because Quaiduel is kind of within him? Remains to be seen.
How pissed would you be if, like, every time from now on, Yugioh wants to duel? Quaiduel's like, yeah, step aside, brother.
I would be very
And
upset.
the scary thing is, Quaiduel's got all the power to do that. Dredger is signing off.
Yes, I am.
Any promotion?
Bye, Dredge.
I mean, I
Dredgenator Twitch.
Dredgenator.
Well, if anyone doesn't know I stream on Twitch at this point, they don't want to know. So,
Well, they could be new to the channel.
but guys, have a great night. Love these four gentlemen to
That's
my
fair.
right and to my left. Please be nice to them, especially Cal, bro. He needs it, you know.
Aw.
Aww.
All right, later. Later, got the coin.
Guy's got
Yeah,
everything in the
nice.
world, and he
Later,
still
bud.
needs
Have a
your
good day.
support.
Good night.
Yeah.
Seeing you.
see you soon. I'll see you
hey,
Friday.
Yeah. Cal, text me.
Woohoo!
Yes, sir.
Big Friday stuff.
Big Friday.
Huge. Get home safe. Nick T, next one.
All right.
Yes. We have 10 Australian from Electric Heaven.
Thank you, Kevin.
A few fun facts. One, besides Arc 4, the twins dueled twice in every arc. Wow. Two, the other main girls, Yuna, Rovian, and Asaka, so far dueled 6 times each. Three, only Yugioh, Yuhi, and Manabu have dueled in every arc.
Huh.
Those are some interesting facts, actually.
Yugioh.
Say that last one again.
Only Yugioh.
Yuhi, and Manabu have dueled in every arc.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's actually
Manabu?
crazy. Yeah,
That's
Manabu.
wild. I would've
Mana
never
Boo
guessed
Boo.
Dude, you know what? His rise has been creeping.
that. I love when
you know?
he stepped up in this episode. But like, I'll take you on, and
like,
and
nope.
Yugioh is
Snubs.
And Fukumara's like, I want you.
I want this
bro.
guy.
I don't want you at all.
Yeah. You know, he's been planned. At the beginning of this episode, he's like, "Yeah, I made a design."
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then we dropped it. We're not
Yeah.
even looking at it.
They pushed him aside, and then Quaiduel pushed Yugioh aside.
Yeah, like, yeah, nah. Yeah, everybody's just getting shoved aside.
True.
Didn't you say the twins duel 2 times in each arc,
Except for Arc 4.
except for Arc 4?
Yeah.
Good catch, Dak. Yeah, except for Arc 4 though.
Yeah.
GS.
In which case, only you he dueled.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin. I heard it upstairs.
Yeah, you did.
I do love those fun
fact-
facts. Yeah,
yeah,
they're fun.
factoids.
The stats.
Yeah.
I like the stats because you can't really argue with stats. You know what
Numbers
I mean?
never lie,
No,
bro.
you could
Yeah.
argue. You could argue facts.
No printer.
That's what happens.
Oh,
nowadays.
I
You can argue anything.
get what you're saying.
He's picking it up.
He's picking up. We put it down.
And we're
Okay.
putting it down.
We have $2 from Delayed on MTA.
Thank you,
Delayed.
Delayed.
Delayed on the trains. By the way, it's his birthday. I don't know if he said it.
Oh.
All right, read his donation, then we'll sing to him.
I'd buy a used car from Two Man Cal. Dill though. Oh.
Oh, what a shot!
Right after you said, yeah, we got to.
What a shot!
Who is it? Diana Scalise. Come get some.
Wow.
I know exactly.
We got hot deals at Toyota of Princeton. You want deals? Hot, hot, hot. Come get some. Dude,
This morning?
Yes.
Yep.
I would
Come
jump
get
off
these
a
deals.
cliff.
They're hot, 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 hot. Come
most
get
Generic,
some.
like Long Island sounding woman that they could find. It is.
They
We
do
need
all
to put
even
that
for
on
our
the
local.
soundboard.
Not even
Yeah,
our,
we do actually.
Yeah.
not even our car dealerships, like the tile place that's around
Oh,
here.
yeah.
The family that shoots that. I'm sorry, it's terrible.
They're all bad.
Yeah,
terrible.
that's funny, dude.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, Dredge's mic is still hot.
Well,
don't know.
yeah, it is, but it's like you have to be
Hot.
Yeah, you have to be like up on it for it to. It's not going to pick up
So
anything.
freaking obnoxious,
You can
dude.
turn
Do
it
you
off
want to
over
use
there,
his
can't you?
mic?
What?
Since yours was being quiet?
I think it's fine now.
I mean, I think it's fine now. I was just gonna say turn his mic off. I was gonna move in.
Oh, move in.
Move in.
Yeah, move in. It's
Which
fine.
one is his?
Do
you know?
what did delayed
Do
say?
you know?
Oh, that about the car salesman. Yeah.
So
All right.
are we gonna sing?
Oh yeah, we can sing to him. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Delayed.
Happy birthday to
you.
Delayed.
Woo!
Happy birthday, my man. Appreciate the donation. I
Woo!
hope you have a great day. And yeah, thank you, my man.
Yeah, thank you
Awesome.
very much.
Happy
We
happy
have
birthday.
5 Australian from Electric Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin. Also, I just want to pause for a second.
Pause.
I think Triff Gaming, I don't know if that's actually Triff or not, who is a very big Yugi-tuber in the Yugi-tubing scene, if you will, on the card game side, as 99% of Yugi-tubers
good question.
are.
Good question.
I had no idea.
I mean, it's a legitimate question.
Yeah.
honestly.
I don't know if it's actually him or not, but if it is, that's pretty awesome.
Do you want me
So,
to
Triff,
answer the question?
Sure. What's the question?
Okay. Triff said, "What's the timer for?"
Oh,
So should I?
of course, you can answer it.
So the timer
question.
that you see on screen is a countdown to a very, very important day. And that day is Jump Festa. And in just 142 days,
Yep.
22 hours, 52 minutes, 27, 26, 25 seconds, we are going to find out all about Yu-Gi-Oh! 9, a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie, a lore anime from the Konami Studios, and more. But you're going to have to be there in just under 143 days.
Yes, we will be live. That is a Jump Festa countdown. So this is year 3 of Go Rush. So we are, and that was a great job.
That was like a wrestling promo.
That was very good. We are highly anticipating that a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime is going to be announced, which for me and for this channel, of course, is like our big. It's kind of equal to probably
your
what
blood,
like
baby.
the ban list dropping is for like the card game community. Granted, the ban list drops happen a couple times a year. This happens once every 3 years.
Yeah.
7's to Go
If we're
Rush, it was
lucky.
2 years.
Yeah.
This is
So-
our World Cup.
Yeah, no, it basically is.
Or our
So,
Olympics.
very.
and it appears to actually be.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
click
no,
on
that's-
the comment and hit go to channel, and it's his
It's
channel.
crazy, you know.
That's sick. So
yeah,
thank you for
I
being
Thanks for
here.
coming by.
yeah, thank you, Trev. I had no idea that. I always assumed that like really big card game Yugi tubers like just don't know I exist, which is totally fine
It's a different
like
side of the thing.
it's a totally different side, and there's so many people
Yep.
that like don't like care about the Yu-Gi-Oh anime that play the card game, and
We
that's
wanted to see what
totally
you were
fine.
about.
Yeah, and
Well,
like
he's Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything,
House of
bro.
Champs is another one. Now, House of Champs will come in. He's been coming in for years, sporadically. But yeah, really cool, Treff. Big fan, and yeah, appreciate you coming in. That's awesome.
That is really cool.
Cap G too. Yeah, no, Cap G. I guess there are some Yugi tubers that do pop in.
Maybe
which is cool.
he's hoping
This
to pick
guy's
up on your
famous.
skills in dueling. He's going to take you down.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Maybe
Oh,
that's what he's trying
I don't
to do.
think there's
I
that
don't
chance.
He's doing a little bit of homework.
No, I don't think he
Yeah.
needs to worry about that.
Yeah, I think.
Oh
yeah.
my god, dude.
That's like an NFL
Yeah.
team scouting out the high school team.
But now Triff is a big pen best deck guy. So I mean, if this was an Arc 5 stream, I would have expected him to come in.
Right.
But we're still waiting for Pendulum Summons in Rush Duels. Although I
Could
think
happen.
that's never Pendulum Summons are just like summoning a bunch of monsters. It's basically what Rush already is.
yeah.
That's the one that in Links. I don't see any reality where those will ever be implemented. We have fusions. I mean,
Ritual?
Synchros and XZs and Ritual. I could maybe see like a
see more
variation
Ritual.
of them. Yeah, definitely more Ritual. Synchros and XZs. I don't really know how it would work, but I think there's a
smart.
possibility.
Yeah, they're
yeah, there's a possibility, but we'll see.
We will see. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. We have yes. Oh, I never finished. this.
Electric Kevin. Yeah, sorry to interrupt.
No,
that.
not
Yeah.
at all. Not at all. This is his weekly question that he's been posing about.
Fantasy mashups.
So who do y'all think would win in a duel between Jack Atlas and Declan Akaba?
Jack versus Reiji. That's a really tough one. Anytime you get two Yu-Gi-Oh rivals in like a fantasy hypothetical matchup, it's really tough to pick. I would pick Declan. I would pick Akaba Reiji. I just view Reiji's skill level being a little above Jack's. And then also when I look at the deck utilization, Reiji obviously is a master of Pendulum, XZ. You know, he's a master of all the mechanics. Jack's only got synchros. Now, it is interesting, right? Because both of them are actually in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. Granted, it's a different version of Jack. And those are Yuya's last 2 challenges, right? Jack Atlas and then Reiji, which is
what a great ending.
kind of funny. What a great ending. Yeah, those duels were both very
Yeah,
good.
no, I actually like the Reggie character.
Yeah, no, Reiji, he was wonderful. I would pick Reiji. I would pick Reiji. And I assume, Kevin, you mean 5D's Jack. I would pick Reiji. Not by much, but I'd give him the edge. Yeah, I'd give him the edge. That's another series that I'd love to bring back, the fantasy duels where we look at 2 characters. Yeah.
I also missed when you were doing the card art and all that.
Yeah, that one was fun. Anime versus manga character analysis was another one.
The art of the cards.
The art,
that
that's
was-
one he was
yeah.
talking about, yeah.
Yeah, bring it back, man.
There's
Also
so many
incredible
channels.
name for it.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
There's
you.
so many channels now that no, he did not come up. There's so many channels now that have like real, I know Golden Nova is one, that have really, really in-depth, fleshed out lore videos with the cards. So now I feel like the market's probably a bit saturated. But, you know, I'll never say never to anything.
Never say
The
never.
Ice Bucket Challenge on your channel.
Bring it
Do
back.
anything.
Bring it back.
Just bring that back.
Anything
Yeah.
you want.
Cinnamon challenge.
And then start like like I nominate you know a bunch of other.
Yeah,
big
like you
YouTubers.
go, I nominate like Triff Gaming. Yeah. There you go.
That's funny.
We should bring it back.
We should.
It raised money.
It raised money.
It was for a good cause.
It was.
Well, raise more like awareness to raise money, I guess.
Yes.
But, I
It
still
was for a good cause.
That's for a good cause.
Go ahead, Nick T.
Yes, we. Oh, did not mean to do that. We have $10.01 Canadian from Pick Rick.
Thank you, Pick.
Rick.
Appreciate you, Pick.
I have questions about Yuumu's motives, but one pressing matter is if Yuumu erases her memories, becomes Otis, and if she believes Yuga is from her side, isn't that erasing Yuga from the timeline?
I don't know.
Time travel's wonky.
Maybe. The problem when you do stuff like this, and that's why I don't think Yuumu is going to succeed in becoming Otis. I just think there's so many weird things that can happen now. And that's why when I do look at it, like I do feel like there is going to be some sort of darker tinge on the ending. I do get what Dredger is saying and what you were saying where it was like it is Yu-Gi-Oh! At the end of the day. I mean, Dredger said it is aimed for younger kids, which he's right on. But if this team started, all right, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, we're going to aim for 9, 10, 11-year-olds, right?
Sure.
By the time Go Rush ends, that's 5 years. So those 9, 10, 11-year-olds are now 14, 15, 16-year-olds. We've already seen it with Go Rush where we're talking about war. We're talking about mortality. We're talking about like what it means to be alive.
Definitely darker themes.
Definitely darker than 7. 7s did not get this like,
Yeah.
you know, and again, I always have to reiterate, dark does not mean good or better. But, like, it's just, you know, because some people equate the two as like, oh, if it's darker and more edgy, it's better.
I can name you a dozen things that are extremely dark and gory and are horrible.
Of course. No, you're 100% right. So I think the ending could be, like, I think the thought of, oh, well, it's aimed for a younger demographic. I don't know if that holds that much weight because 5 years have gone by. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it'll be interesting. But Pick, I don't know, man.
Random thing that sparked in my head on this, but I think it's almost an old theory, but a new theory at the same time.
Yeah.
The new part of it is what if Yuga comes back and becomes Otis instead because he doesn't want Yumu to do this.
Oh, I could see Yuga.
And then Yuga
as Otis.
returning in 7s is Yuga as Otis.
And then Pete's theory was right all along.
And Pete's theory was right
Exactly.
all along.
Right. It's still, we don't know who the character at the end of 7s is.
No.
And we don't know, I don't believe, I made a whole video on it. I don't think that Yuga was sent to the right timeline.
I still don't
think
believe
clearly he wasn't, given that Yumu's doing all this work.
Yeah.
All his legwork.
No, he wasn't sent to the right timeline. So, you know,
Or he's just stuck in the void. He didn't
Yeah.
even get there.
maybe.
He's in space traffic.
He'll show up in that box
legitimate
with Udius and Fukumura and have the
He pops
TV
into
on.
his head and he's
There's
like,
just a bunch of honking horns on spaceships.
use your blinker. Jesus Christ.
It's
That's
like
where
the
he is.
Garden State.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
instead of going
God.
up and
There's
down,
nothing
Yeah.
worse than the NJ Turnpike.
I agree
There's
with you.
Nothing worse.
It's
than that
horrible.
turnpike.
I almost got killed on the turnpike the other day.
I almost get killed.
That's a
literally
normal
almost every week.
experience.
No, but like getting on the turnpike, there's the big toll plaza, and you can go south or north.
Someone cut you.
Someone. I'm driving straight towards the go north. To go north. No, a freaking giant truck on the right side, a freaking semi whatever, with a huge crate on the back, trailer on the back. No blinker, nothing, is coming from the far right like easy pass lane.
The best.
And is like up here and I'm right here and just starts going when I'm halfway in the middle.
yeah.
On my left
even
side,
there.
there's someone in some Range Rover or whatever. It was a really nice car, squishing me in on the other side. So they're both coming like this, and I'm just in the middle.
Oh, no.
We're all moving forward too. I had to slam on my brakes and like swerve behind the semi truck to not get hit. And I was just like, "What is going on?"
No one
Like,
I
no blinkers, nothing.
There are
You're 7
so
lanes away.
many people, and I say this wholeheartedly. There are so many people that they should not have a license.
I agree.
Like when you're driving out there and you're really on the roads and like on major highways, turnpikes, parkways, you're like, yeah, we gotta have tighter ways for people
Yeah.
to get their license. Like
I agree.
there's no way this person should be driving.
You should have to retest every 20 years.
Yeah, I agree.
Dude,
At least.
it's funny. My sister just tested for her license and she got it.
Yeah, congratulations.
Oh, congratulations.
God, it's great. I
So
know,
old,
so old.
dude.
It's crazy.
Holy shit.
But Nicole and I were kind of trying to give her
when she
some
was born.
reassurance because she was like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm great at parallel parking." We're like, "Don't like worry, but like fake it. Like if you can just do it once, you're good. Then you have your license forever." And we both turned to each other and at the same time, like, unfortunately,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like that's it.
It's true. I mean, soon all the cars will be self-driving, hopefully.
Yeah. My
No.
No, I don't know if I want.
They,
All
they
of
might
them
do some
no.
parallel parking though for you. They
I
said
mean,
that
I
already.
mean, my brother, I was in his car, fully self-driving.
never
I
Tesla.
don't trust those things,
Yeah.
man.
He's a
I don't.
Tesla.
If you can remove human error from the roadways, you'd save a
You
lot
have
of
to
lives.
remove computer.
Right, and then look at just what this is a whole different conversation. But look what just happened with Delta and all that stuff with Cyberstrike that just happened.
Oh, I know,
All
I
it
had
takes
that
is
stock.
one update glitch like that. All the cars are all over the place.
I know. I wasn't even concerned with the inconveniences of the masses. I was more concerned I have that stock, and that was a real bummer.
You're a garbage person.
Electric Kevin, thank you for the
Nice, very nice.
thank you for the $5 super chat. Last one for the day. Who do you think would win in a duel between Seto Kaiba and Yuya Sakaki? Kaiba versus Yuya.
I can't answer that.
Kaiba versus
I'm the only one who probably
Yuya?
can. Yuya from Arc 5.
Kaiba.
It's got to be Kyber.
Are you just gonna argue because he has more in the tool bag like pendulum?
I
and
mean, he
stuff?
definitely has more in the tool bag, but I mean, if Yuya has the power of Yuto, Yuri, and Yugioh like he did at the end of Arc 5, I would pick Yuya. I also don't know if Kaiba is very good, but like, I don't know. And you know what sucks, Kevin? That was a duel that I definitely thought was going to happen. My big theory that kind of put me on the map on YouTube back in 2015,
Oh yeah, I
Seto
remember this.
Kaiba will be the final boss of Arc 5. That
What
was
about
on
Clueless
Clueless Gamers.
That was a classic.
And that was my first big video that really, like, I'm sure there's people watching right now that maybe that was their first video they saw of me, which is really
I've been
cool.
living off that video ever since.
Of course, so have
probably
I.
high,
So have
yeah.
I, dude. I mean, it's crazy. But, like, that is a duel that, like, could have happened, and I still feel should have happened, and I think it would have been a lot better than what we got in Arc 5 for sure. I'm going to pick Yuya, though. I'm going to pick Yuya.
Doe, I have a slight aside here.
Okay.
We were talking about the self-driving cars.
Yes.
And Dredger said, what happened to Blood Shepherd's mom in the car in Brains?
Oh,
yeah, I get what he's... Again, that was a malicious AI.
exactly.
The
I
the
don't-
second AI get to that point, I think it's over anyway.
The singular.
We're on our way.
We're getting there,
Sure,
buddy.
sure. I'm not doubting that. I'm just saying you might as well just enjoy it while you can.
I have no math and I must stream.
I know you're inherently lazy, so that's why you want to sell.
Oh, I'd love to sleep.
Exactly, but
I like driving.
I want.
I love
control
driving.
of
Yeah.
that, man.
I want
definitely
control,
do. I don't
too,
trust
but-
anyone.
and I love-
Dude, you get in the Tesla, you put in, or any self-driving car, you put in, I don't know, our friend's going there this weekend, Santa Barbara, and you just fall asleep.
But no. Hold on. You shouldn't be. That's like a misuse of the self-driving feature.
You're not supposed to be asleep.
No, you're not.
I
at all.
would sleep.
I know.
and
I'm just
that's
being
wh-
transparent with
right,
you guys.
You're a psycho. You should have your license taken
I would
away.
sleep. Well, no, I'm not driving.
But if anything happens with the car, you're not there
If some
to take
But
away
weird-
the
Dylan, you
manual.
could also like just watch TV the entire time.
I'd rather be in the back seat sleeping, laid out on the back.
I don't think
seat.
you legally
the
can
back
be in the back
seat.
seat. You have to be in the front seat.
You legally shouldn't be asleep either. But again,
You say in the back asleep?
yeah, like pillows,
Yeah,
blanket.
that is a
Well,
hard-
Dylan, you could just get like
No,
a
'cause-
mannequin, put it in the driver's seat, and then sleep in the back.
It would start beeping if it like went off the road.
And you're in the back seat. How are you
I'd wake
saving
up
it?
and I'd jump to the front
Then you
seat.
got to move the mannequin out of the front
Yeah,
seat.
because you're known. When I think of Dylan, I think of the most agile guy I know.
Well, he's got long limbs that could help him.
No, I think in a small space like that, it's gonna hurt him.
Nobody could reach the pedal.
No, but think about it. It's Thanksgiving morning. There's
Give
a
it
crazy
the
amount of
heartbreak
traffic.
shit.
You're going to see your family. They
your
live.
family's gonna live 10 minutes from you.
Sure, but I'm using a different hypothetical. Let's say they live like an hour away and traffic's making it 2 hours, and you just, you get in the car and you just put the address in, and then
And you
just
and you
go to
can't
sleep.
talk to Bree during that time. You have to sleep.
She can like read a book while we're driving.
Why not put her in the driver's seat?
There-
And she can read a book and stay awake, and you can
there's
sleep.
just like there's so much hope out there for like you, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to find your significant other, you have absolute hope. If this guy can do it, anybody can do it. So just believe in yourself.
I needed that.
That is true. No, and Vree is wonderful. So I did
Yes.
get very lucky. I did
Yes.
get very lucky with that.
I'm convinced your parents pay her hefty amounts of money. I really am. The more and more the years go on, I go, they're paying her 100%.
Oh boy. Again, I can't comment on that.
Well, you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't
You're
know.
asleep in the self-driving
Sure,
car. You don't
and
know.
I don't mind it.
It's that
Again,
movie,
I think
with,
Well, is it
important.
about time we tell him that his parents pay us, or
yeah.
No.
delayed on MTA. Thank you for the $2 donation. Dylan, 20 years ago, August 13th, the masterpiece Pyramid of Light came out. How's the positive retrospective going? I never said it would be positive, but I still do plan on August 13th to upload in honor of the 20th year anniversary.
This one. And you know what's funny enough?
It's fun.
It's fun, but yeah.
Speaking of that movie,
Yeah.
randomly, it's funny. I didn't even know the 20th anniversary was coming up. I'm scrolling Twitter today while I'm on lunch break. Some random account just said, F it, posted the entire movie of Pyramid of Light. You guys watch the whole thing on Twitter. And I was like,
That's
oh,
also one
right.
that nobody's claiming
No,
copyright
dude,
for.
I vividly remember seeing it in theaters, and I was so stoked on it, dude.
wait, dude? Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 6%.
no way.
Yeah. No, it's Nick T. It's
It's not
bad.
that bad.
Nick T.
No, it
You
got
were
review
very
bombed.
young.
It got review
No,
bombed.
it did not get review
got
bombed. Was
review
not a
bombed.
thing in 2004. Nick T, we were very young. If you rewatched it, it's a weak piece of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh.
It's weak,
But those monsters.
It's only
are
one of
dope.
3 movies, man.
and it's the worst by far.
By far.
By
I
far.
mean,
watch it. And maybe I'll
no,
like
you should watch it. I mean, it's got something, but it's not
The
good.
Pyramid of Light item is pretty sick.
Yes.
And then that Kaiba song that was in it.
You're Not Me.
Yeah,
Yes.
that song
Don't
goes hard.
say if
Come
I
on.
were. Of course it goes hard, but again, it masks the movie. This is what you're remembering.
Yeah.
The Kaiba song.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a very good song, but it doesn't,
You just knee deep in the popcorn.
'cause you're
man.
not
I was
me.
even
Don't
in the
say
passenger
if I were you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Philip Rosewood, thank you for the $5 super chat. Things are heating up this upcoming Meister invasion. Can't wait for the matchup. Shadow vs. Flame is wrapping up with a final battle next week. Thank you, Philip. I always appreciate you
Oh,
keeping me
yeah.
updated
Oh, wow.
on Shadow vs. Flame. Meister is invading.
Yeah.
She's
That
trying,
is
again,
Meister.
in an effort to try to appeal to the youth. She is living out her brat girl summer as she
Wow.
heads down
How
to
do you even know what that is?
Matsuba Town and is going to try to invade.
Now, if you did that in a little bit of like a limerick, like a song, I
Yeah.
would have bought it a lot more.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That's a mental note.
Can you try it?
No. I can't think of anything.
Head down to Matsuba Town. It's the same beat of
Heading down.
of the Fortnite song.
Oh, heading down to Matsuba Town.
You can do a whole thing.
That's all right,
off
you-
of
You
it.
and Meister, we're about to get down.
Get
Exactly.
down.
You can just do the same thing. Just replace the word.
Have you heard? By the way, somebody. This
Oh,
is why I
God.
love people on the internet.
Oh,
man.
no.
No. You've got like legitimate like musical geniuses. You probably
I know.
have worked with a few. Somebody like slowed and reverbed that Fortnite Tomato Town song.
Oh yeah, of course I have.
And it sounds like the
this is
most
a very common
heart
thing.
wrenching ballad
Yeah.
you've ever heard in your life.
Yeah, people got a lot of time.
I mean,
on
there are
their
so many
That takes
musical
5
geniuses.
Minutes, too. That
I
takes
mean,
5 minutes.
I can't imagine the talent.
I
that
can
some of
open up
these-
Audacity and do that right now. Any song you want. You just there's a feature that's like change speed that changes the pitch and the speed of the song, and then you add effect reverb, and there we go.
But how does the singer sound so sad when he's singing it?
it's the way you perceive it.
Open another tab, like open a blank tab.
Town.
Why have a compromised password? What's going on, man?
My passwords are appearing in data leaks.
I've got all those too.
Yeah.
You all right, bro?
All of mine are in data
Safari
leaks.
just is paranoid. Safari's paranoid.
All right.
I'm
Your
paranoid.
credit card information's on there.
Philip,
But I like the Brad Summer reference, by the way.
thank you. I greatly appreciate you, Philip. We are going to make
What
our
happened to the
picks
youth?
for episodes 118. You got it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Struggles to get it up.
Get it up.
You good, bro? I'm great. I'm.
Trying to click it away over there. Trying to get that reverb.
Let's
perfect
just
pitch.
move this one
Listen
on
to
to
Brat by
image
Charlie
13.
Brat Summer. So now it's not Hot Girl
Why
Summer
don't you just
anymore.
label
this summer's Brat Summer. It's yeah.
But why is it Brat Summer?
Because Brat by Charlie XCX is like the album of the summer.
Do you
Yeah,
do the same
Brat-
thing as Hot Girl Summer?
Brat girl
Basically, you go
summer.
clubbing, you just go crazy. You live in your
Just
best
getting,
life.
just getting down on the town.
Yeah.
Anyone you want.
You're living for
Taking
the
a minute.
streets.
No, I don't mean.
Are
yeah,
you like?
could-
Are you in
could
the
want
streets?
that. You could be in the streets. Yeah, you're going to clubs. You're going out. You don't have to be a club. You're just like you're living your best life. You're looking hot. You're just doing
Oh,
it.
well, I'm in my Brat girl summer
Yeah,
then.
well, we see what you're wearing
It's your
right
Brat Summer. It's Brat Summer.
It's Brat summer.
Yeah.
I'll
The
make a
people
song
know. The
about it.
people know.
Head down to Brat Town.
I love it's that album will be my most listened to by the end of the year. Or it already is, but
I
like
still gotta listen
come
to it.
the end of the year, it's like our it's gonna be at the top.
All right. Would you like to read 118,
Sure.
Calibro?
Episode 118, Toward the Earth. The Dark Meister has arrived on Earth, sending Asaka and others into a panic. As the Dark Men begin their search for Monster Reborn, Asaka and co. head to where it is hidden in order to protect it.
That was crazy.
This doesn't escape the notice of Saboyas. However, just what's going to happen as Saboyas closes in on Asaka?
Was it Dredge? Is that what got you?
No. I cracked myself up, dude.
He put the Nick T picture
I put
up.
the Nick T picture up.
Oh, good, thank you.
Oh, I cracked myself
Hey,
up.
photo
Right
by-
as I
photo
was
by
going to
me.
start a new
Holy
sentence,
shit.
too.
I
Yours
know.
truly right there.
All right. Well, Pete, what are your thoughts on the summary, man?
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't even listen to any of it because I was distracted by you
I
laughing.
was also
Would you like me to read it again?
reread it
Yes,
again.
please.
Ahem. Thank you to the people in chat who actually listened. The Dark Meister has arrived on Earth, sending Asaka and others into a panic. As the Dark Men begin their search for Monster Reborn, Asaka and co. head to where it is hidden in order to protect it. This doesn't escape the notice of Saboyas, however. Just what's going to happen as Saboyas closes in on Asaka?
Let me tell you, what a horrific strategy on the part of Asaka and gang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you attract attention going to the place that you hid the card? That is
Well-
the dumbest move in the world.
Could be a fake out.
It might be a fake
I don't
out.
know about that.
They're not that smart.
They're not faking that.
Sokka, I think, is pretty intelligent.
They're getting cooked.
I think it's
We don't
interesting.
even know anything about it. She's been around for like, it feels like 2.5 episodes of the show.
If she has Ron with her, I'll feel better.
Oh my God.
She was in the preview, if I
Of
recall.
course she
correctly.
was.
All right, ready to make your picks?
Yes,
Sabuus versus Asaka.
sir.
Not the easiest one.
No.
Easiest one I've ever picked.
Ever.
It's about to get down.
I want to find that. That's what I meant to do when I opened up YouTube.
The current standings for the Pick'em, Nick T and Dredger have 44 points each. Calibro has 45.
Oh, yeah.
Pete has 50. And I have 51.
Wow, it's close.
Very,
I
very
choked it up
close.
a little bit.
Very close. All right, ready? 3,
I'm
2.
sorry, I hadn't typed it. I got distracted thinking about the Tomato Town slide. I'm not even joking.
No, I know you're not joking.
He's about to get down.
I have to find it.
Ready?
Do it. Yeah.
Do it now.
Asaka versus Sabuus. You can also pick draw no result.
Yeah, okay.
Have we had a draw no result this arc? I mean, this show?
It's only
know.
been 2 episodes.
The Yugioh versus the Twins.
Correct.
You're right, but we didn't pick for that one.
No.
No.
Yeah, funny. All right, 3, 2, 1, send.
Interesting.
All right, Pete, start us off.
Yeah, I'm picking Asaka. I don't think you're gonna have this character who seems to be on a collision course with the Dark Meister Yuumu lose the first time that we've seen them, and it feels like a gazillion episodes here. I also have absolutely no confidence in the other Darkmen besides Yugioh and Yuumu until you prove to me that one of them can win. So for me, I didn't think this was that difficult of a choice, picking Asaka.
Dredger also picked Asaka, wrote it in. Nick T, who you picking?
So this actually I did have a bit of a difficult time with because now that we've landed on Earth, my thought initially was, well, you want to make the Darkmen seem formidable because they're the ones invading. So Sabuius obviously winning the first duel regarding the Darkmen, being Sabuius in this case, winning would make sense. It would make them seem scarier. But it's also Sabuius, and I have not much faith in him, so I went with Asaka.
I will just piggyback off. I also went with Asaka. So we have 4 Asakas so far. I very similarly think that she is going to we haven't seen her in a bit. I think she's going to start with a win. There's also a chance, by the way, weird outside call here, that this is not the duel. I mean, it doesn't say that they, start the duel. I don't know if in the preview we see them duel. I don't think we do.
I don't watch the previews.
Yeah, I don't think we do. Maybe we do in the preview,
Don't
but
recall.
I wouldn't be shocked if this doesn't end up being the duel. If it is the duel, though, and that's what we're picking, Asaka will win, I think. Caliber, who are you picking?
So
He's got a guy.
I picked Sabuius.
Wow.
Dude,
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I am the lone wolf this week.
I respect it, bro.
Thank you, Pete.
I know that trend.
Yep. So yeah, I'm the lone wolf here. I think that the Darkmen, kind of agreeing with Nick T's reasoning of they need to be formidable. You need to they need to be a threat. Obviously they're in a panic because they know what they're after and they're going to hide from it. But if Asaka just stands her ground, to me it doesn't make sense. I feel like it makes more sense for Sabuius to come in, get a win, and kind of really threaten the get me to Monster Reborn. And there's going to be other people in the way. It's not just going to be Asaka and then boom, you get it right away, right?
Sure.
So I think there's other members that can do it. And I also think that there's still the idea that Team Udius is going to have to come and be the savior in this. So they should be deep in it by the time they get there. They should almost have this Monster Reborn. The fight should be basically at the Monster Reborn when they get there. And you can't just lose to Asaka right off the bat and look like you're weak.
Well,
That's the way I look at it.
No, that's a very good perspective.
I like
That's
that.
why I was
I
on
like
the
that.
fence.
Because what's the point of the other team coming in if
Darkmen are-
Asaka's just going to be like, nah, I got
the
this.
Darkmen are cannon fodder. They're just trash.
I want to agree with you, but I also think that Sabuius winning and raising the dark power even more, which we saw again after
fun.
after Yugioh's win, I think that's something that they're keeping an eye on, and when that actually fills up, that'll be, I would assume, at the point when our other team gets there. So you do need to have at least a win or two under your belt, and why not it be one of the henchmen so that when you're at full dark power, that's when Yuumu comes in.
He'll win when we get faked out and Asaka doesn't actually duel and it's someone like Ron.
No, Ron would win that.
And then that's when Sabuius will win. And we'll all get screwed.
Well, if that's the duel, it gets voided.
No, I win because I picked Sabuius.
Listen.
I'll flip the coin.
Flip the coin.
Yami Yugi will be Sabuius, and Yugioh will be Asaka.
Yugioh, please. Yugioh.
Yugioh.
So it's just you. You are really.
I am the lone wolf.
We gotta get you the hat and everything.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it has been a wonderful episode 117.
Yeah.
You said who you were picking as well, right?
I picking Asaka, yes, with you guys. Listen, chat, if you missed it, the EntameSubs team over on Tumblr did announce that 119 will have major delays, as well as 122, 123, and 124. We will do our best to deliver content to you for the Talkin' Yu-Gi-Oh! Crazy 8 series, even if it is not on Wednesday night. I assume those 4 episodes will not be on Wednesday night. If they are subbed like Thursday, Friday before the next episode comes out
Be
in
any
Japan,
of those days.
yeah, we will go live Friday night, Saturday afternoon. It'll probably be a skeleton crew. We'll do it remote real quick, but we will do the best that we can to continue to bring you what I like to think is the best Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush coverage out there. Some of the only Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush coverage out there.
Some would say.
There are some good Go Rush
We
creators
are
as well.
number one.
The best Go Rush live weekly content. How about that?
I like that.
I think that
Gotta really specify.
I think that's only us.
Only
Well,
us.
because I don't want.
Number
I
one-
feel like it's douchey and disrespectful to other people who make Go Rush
Listen,
reviews.
we're number 1 in the world.
For live Go Rush weekly content, yes.
in everything.
Yes.
all of it.
You guys are amazing. To everybody that donated, super chatted, thank you to Angie.
thank you,
Shout out
thank
to
you,
her
thank
for the very, very, very generous $45 donation.
Yes.
Angie, I really appreciate you. I'm going to let these guys promote themselves. Dredger was here earlier. Huge shout out to him. Twitch.tv/Dredgenator. We'll start with Cal. We'll rip our way down. Please follow all of them. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, so my buddy Nick T over here has music coming out, so
Oh,
let's
he's
listen to what he has to say.
Yeah, you didn't. I like that. Well,
like
you got to
that.
promote something now that you guys are doing this Elden Ring.
I'm on Twitch, twitch.tv/CalBreezy,
go.
CalBreezy. I
Good
don't
to
really
look out.
stream, but if me and Dylan do this Elden Ring, like co-stream type thing, then I will be live at least for that.
yes. Wait, real quick. Is there a 119?
There is. I mean, we covered it on Saturday.
Oh, okay. You guys
I mean,
covered
if
it
you
on
want
Saturday?
to, we
No,
can.
that's fine.
Yeah.
We covered it on Saturday.
I mean, I won't put it up on screen because I just didn't screenshot it. I mean, I'll read 1719 real quick. Under the order of the Dark Meister, the Dark Men chase after Damamu, who has taken Monster Reborn and escaped. The Dark Meister uses the DM particles to immobilize Damamu. Yuhi can't bear to watch this, so he challenges the Dark Meister to a duel.
Wow.
So twin versus twin
Power.
in
so
119. So that's a big one.
So they're getting to Monster Reborn next episode. I don't know. That makes me feel a lot
I don't
better about a
know.
Sabuus
I
win.
don't
You
know.
know what
I don't
sucks
know,
is I read that and the first thing I thought was like, oh, of course they've got to put like complete like fire for the 1 week that like the subs are going to be delayed.
We'll be anticipating. it.
Yeah, we'll be waiting. I can't wait for that episode,
all right.
man.
It's gonna be good.
It's going to be good.
For my promotion, yes. So I am not going to promote the Twitch because it's been that long, and eventually I'll come back to it. But
If you do, you'll
in the
tell
meantime,
us.
yeah, in the meantime, yeah. I do have some music stuff, some cool music news. My band Fragile Homes. Some months ago, we did a in studio live session. And those videos are starting to roll out. So if you go to the Fragile Homes YouTube, you go to Fragile Homes on Instagram, you can watch the clips and the full videos on YouTube of us playing those songs in full, live in studio. We're really proud of how they came out. So
Awesome.
we would really love if you gave it some love. Nameling's putting out a record sometime in the fall, as well as a live session for that. And then Mom Fight sometime at the end of the year. So go follow Nameling, Fragile Homes, Mom Fight on everything, and check out all the music on anywhere you stream music.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel, Clueless Gamers. Actually, as of today now, I'm going to start doing more content popping over there, which
Let's
will really be
go.
old content that you're finally seeing edited, posted to the channel. But for you, it'll be new. So stay tuned to see that stuff. I'll have more announcements as all that starts to roll out. Normally, I'm on Twitch for Super Deep Prod, Dylan down there, tomorrow night, but I will not be on this week. We're not doing anything this week. We're at a concert. We're out of town.
Woo!
So if you were expecting that, we will not be on. I will be on next Thursday, and I think what I'm going to play is Guardians of the Galaxy on the PS5.
Oh, nice.
That's
Ooh.
going to be the next game that we're going to dive into. I feel like it's a good story game. It'll be entertaining, and we're going to see how good or bad it is. I heard good things about it. So that's going to be where we go next. And follow me on Twitter, PFCaro21.
You're
Please follow them. They take a lot of time out of their lives to help me with this podcast, and they are a big part of it. So please, least I can ask is that you follow them. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Crazy 8's episode 117, The Light Within the Darkness. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Goodbye.
Dredger will be live tomorrow, and Dak will be live tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.